It's time for Cedar Park Timberwolves baseball. Head coach Lanny Williams leads the team as they go for the program's 6th district championship. Brought to you on the Vype Live Network by Toyota of Cedar Park, Adele Golf, Thundercloud Subs, Austin's go-to team realty, Alzer's Barbecue, ASI Protection Services, and Academy Sports and Outdoors. And now, calling the shots for today's game, here's the voice of the Timberwolves, Brad Cole.
Hey everybody, good afternoon. Welcome home to Cedar Park, Texas. This is Timberwolf Baseball Today, the live worldwide broadcast of Cedar Park Baseball here on the Vype Network. I'm the V of the T, Brad Cone. DeAndre McBenue's our QA this afternoon. And a little situation I got to tell you about right away. The sun is so bright straight overhead right now that I can't see any of my screens. I will not be able to keep up with the scoreboard for you in this afternoon's game. I could barely see. It took 2 minutes to find the cursor to even make the one click that started the broadcast, and another minute and a half to find the one click that played that nice intro by Raymond Ruiz. So you'll see the game today, but you just have to listen to me for updates on inning and outs and scores and that sort of thing. Windy again, as you can hear through the microphone. This is game 36 of the season, our 24th broadcast, our second playoff game. As champions of 25-5A, Timberwolves this weekend faced the 4 seed from 26-5A, Kerrville Tivy, in the opening round. Last night, in the farthest west game Cedar Park baseball's ever played, Timberwolves came away with a 4-1 win over the Tivy Antlers, never trailing as Adam Vaughn pitched a complete game 4-hitter, striking out 8, 6 of them looking, spreading out 4 hits. That victory was win number 399 in Cedar Park baseball history, and also ran the team's record this year to 27-6, tying the program mark for most wins in a season. So a win today would be the program's 400th, and at the same time set a new school record for wins in a season with 28. Here's how round 1 is going between the 8 teams involved from these 2 districts, our 25-5A and Tivy's 26-5A. Of course, 25-5A 1 seed Cedar Park beat their 4 seed Tivy 4-1, as we said. Our 2 seed Leander ran afoul of their 3 seed Alamo Heights last night, losing 3-1 and going to 18-12. Our 3 seed 22-11 Georgetown played Thursday night, went to 14 innings, 2 games, before beating their 2 seed Dripping Springs 3-1. Then last night, the Drips evened the series with a 6-1 win over the Eagles. The deciding game 3 is today. And the big upset is that our 4 seed 22-8 Rouse knocked off the number 25 team in the state, 26-5A champion New Braunfels Canyon last night, 7-5. Canyon now 23-6. Rouse needs 1 win today to move on to the second round and eliminate the season for the 25th ranked team. So all these series will be settled today. An issue solved by the win last night for Cedar Park is that the program had not won a playoff game in 3 years due to the unfortunate combination of their first ever one and done with an 0-2 mark in the first round of the 2019 playoffs, plus the lack of any district games or playoff structure in 2020 with the nation's COVID reaction. A road win at Tomball in 2018 had been the last playoff win in almost exactly 3 years until last night. Today, a win would grab the first playoff series victory for Cedar Park since knocking off number 5 Temple in round 2 of 2017, almost exactly 4 years ago. That is the longest such drought in our 22 years of program history. Trey Hibbett's coming in to mow down the Antlers 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning last night. That was the first relief appearance for a Cedar Park pitcher in 3 games. Vaughn went 6 last night, threw 109 pitches, 1 short of the limit, and thus was up against that pitch count limit and didn't come out in the final inning, and so that's why Hibbets came on for those 3 outs. In their previous 2 outings against 25-5A foes Georgetown and Leander, the Cedar Park pitching staff registered 2 complete game wins, a 3-hit 7-0 shutout at Georgetown, and a 1-hit 12-1 5-inning disassembly of the district's 2 seed Leander. Head coach Lanny Williams had already become the first of the 4 Cedar Park head baseball coaches ever to win the district crown in his first year of competition. Now with a 1-0 playoff record, Williams at this moment has the highest winning percentage of any Cedar Park baseball coach ever in 4 categories: pre-district tournament games, district games, playoff games, and overall regular season games. Kerrville Tivy Antlers are a name with which we are familiar in football, having played them in the state playoffs 3 consecutive years, 2013, 14, 15. With the 2 baseball programs that only met once before last night, March 8th of 2019, an 11-3 Tivy win in a pre-district tournament game in the midst of Cedar Park's worst ever season start at 0-10. This year the Antlers now are 15-17 overall and finished even at 8-8 in district play, but going into last night, they had won 5 of their last 6, going from 3-7 in district and out of the playoff money to that 8-8 finish and in. The only defeat in that streak is sort of a quality loss, only 2-1 to district champion and currently 25th ranked New Braunfels Canyon, who lost to Rouse last night. And it turns out our Region 4, historically weak in football, may be the very best in the state at the 5A level in baseball. Look at the current top 25 poll. 5 of the top 10 are in Region 4. 10th ranked Sherryland, they're 26-4. 8th ranked Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial, remember that name from football, they're 24-6 in baseball. 7th ranked Cedar Park, us, we're 27-6. 5th ranked Sherryland Pioneers, 28-3, and 2nd ranked Gregory Portland, 30-2. All of those teams in Region 4, in our way. Well, we're not in our own way, hopefully. Whoever wins the Region 4 finals will certainly deserve their state tournament berth. The winner of this series will face in the second round late next week either 28-5A runner-up Medina Valley or the third place team from 27-5A San Antonio Edison. Medina Valley is 18-7, Edison 16-11. Medina Valley won game 1 last night, 11-0. They run-ruled them. Medina Valley is nestled into the southern edge of the Texas Hill Country, northwest of San Antonio, just south of Kerrville, maybe 25 miles or so a little bit longer drive there if that's who we would play. Win this series, then win that second one, and Cedar Park could possibly face Rouse in the Region 4 quarterfinals. This is the 268th broadcast of Timberwolves baseball through the years on either KMAX Sports or the Vype Live Network. Since we've been doing this in 2008, at that time one of only 4 schools in Texas broadcasting their games on the net. Now almost everyone does it. Tivy's got a crew here, so this one's being broadcast doubly. We were one of the pioneers. Our sponsors of Cedar Park baseball this season: ASI Protection Services, Toyota of Cedar Park, Adele Golf, Owlsers Barbecue, Austin Go-To Team Realty, and Thundercloud Subs. Academy Sports and Outdoors, a major sponsor of the entire Vype Live network. For all the ways you love to play, Academy makes it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your nearest Academy store. Gear up for the spring at Academy Sports and Outdoors. T-Wolves going for all-time win number 400 here in their 22nd season of varsity play, and it would be their 169th win on a live KMAC or Vype broadcast, and it would also set a school record for wins in a single season at 28. Current weather for Cedar Park, Texas: sunny, windy, 84 degrees. It'll rise to 92 a little bit later in the day. Humidity 88%. Wind from the south at 12 to 15. Hopefully only one game today because I don't want to get sunburned. And I'm joined today by our spotter for football. He sits to my left at the gut press box and with binos tells me what numbers made that tackle or caught that pass or blocked that kick or whatever it is as I intone that into the microphone to you all at the gut. And today he's joined me to watch a little bit of high school baseball, and that's Brad Bosel. Hey, Brad.
Howdy, howdy.
Oh, let me get that boom mic in front of you there.
Howdy, howdy.
Yeah, glad to have you along.
Thank you, man. Glad to be here. Great day for baseball. A little bit windy, but, we'll deal with it.
Yeah, we're looking up. There's a few clouds up there to block the sun now and then. Now, I've got some sunscreen. Would you like to put some on? I burn easily, so I'm wearing some. My nose, especially the right side of my face, my arms. You want some?
It's a badge of honor. I'll take the sun.
There, okay. Film crew, Ethne and Kaylin in front of us, setting up their iPad to do the filming for you. And it's kind of questionable whether I'll see well enough to even play the commercial spots today, folks. So we may just stick with you between innings. The sun is really fierce, and our screen is very dark, not meant to be outside. So once again, our apologies. You see the game, but the scoreboard ticker, we can't see to update it as frequently as we have to do it. Every out, normally we try to keep track of, certainly the score, and whether we're in the top and the bottom of what inning we usually put up there for you. Not going to be able to do that today. We just simply cannot see. And Deandra McBenu, our QA, if you're listening and I got it and have an issue, try to text me, Deandra. I don't know if there's going to be much I can do because I got to see the screen to be able to make any sort of adjustments. Unless it's an adjustment with the soundboard, I can twirl some dials certainly. Coaches having their meeting, and the one nice thing about high school baseball in the playoffs, Brad, it's 2 umpires just home and on the bases all through the regular season, even in district play. Getting the playoffs, they used to expand to 3, now they expand to 4.
That's a good thing.
But it does give more chances for somebody to be wrong.
Correct, but it also gives more time more chances to discuss something, get something right.
Right, more opinions to get something right. There were 3 or 4 discussions in the middle of the field last night between all 4 umpires, and I think they got all 4 of them correct,
That's good
which
news.
hasn't always happened this year.
Better than MLB.
Good crowd here tonight. Lots of people to our right on the home side for Cedar Park. Pretty decent amount of people made the 117-mile drive from Kerrville. I only know that because I made it yesterday and checked my odometer.
Cedar Park Timberwolves versus the Kerrville Tivy Antlers for the Bi-District round.
Cade Haught's dad, the PA announcer here.
Lineups. I'll ask the visiting teams to begin lining up on the third base line.
Brad and I have our cheeseburgers going to be heading our way fairly soon from the concession stand, and they are good, Brad. They do a great job here.
I'm looking forward to it.
Restaurant quality cheeseburgers.
Play at second base, number 13, Cooper Dunenberg.
All right, we're going to give you the starting lineup as they give it to the fans here.
Number 14,
Kerrville Tivy, the visitors, will bat at the top of each inning. They'll lead off with second baseman, Cooper Dunenberg. The DH batting second, Travis White. Batting third, first baseman Colson Abel, who pitched last night and who's going to Texas Tech to pitch. Batting cleanup, 4 spot, shortstop Walker Grimes. He had a good game in the field last night. Batting fifth, center fielder Cale Lackey. Batting sixth, and on the mound today, the pitcher, number 11, Eric Tenery. Batting seventh, left fielder 12, Bridger Bushong, the son of longtime Westlake coach Howard Bushong. Batting eighth, third base, number 3, Fisher Roberts, who played first last night. And batting ninth, right fielder Jack Patterson. So if you're keeping your own scorecard at home, and I know several of you do that, here's those names again for the Tivy Antlers. Dunenberg, White, Abel, Grimes, Lackey, Tenery, and Bushong, Roberts, Patterson. And on the mound for them, Tenery.
The second baseman, number 5, Cade Hott.
And I'll let you listen to the announcement of the starters.
Batting second, playing right field, number 13, Gunnar Absack. The shortstop, batting third, number 14, Ryder Hernandez. Cleanup batter, the first baseman, number 19, Lloyd Alonso. Fifth batter, left fielder, 22, Trey Berber. Third baseman, number 24, Julian Swift. The center fielder, number 6, Cannon McDonald. Designated hitter, number 26, Jackson Harvey. And the catcher, number 23, Josh Brett. Pitching tonight for the Cedar Park Timberwolves, number 1, Blake Burton.
So there you have the starting lineups for the Timberwolves. And Brad, I know you recognize a lot of those names. Cade Hott, Gunnar Absack, Ryder Hernandez, Jackson Harvey, Josh Bretz. 5 of the 9 starters played football.
Absolutely familiar names. Great to see athletes all around.
Of the national anthem.
All right, here's the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight.
Tanya Hott is our national anthem singer, doing it for you.
For the Bi-dist round.
We're about to get going here. Tivy will bat. Top of the first, leading off with second baseman Cooper Dunnenberg, and then DH Travis White, first baseman Colson Abel. All of those guys played last night, and I've got my score sheet. Dunnenberg struck out twice, popped out to short, lived on an E3, and was thrown out trying to go to third. He's leading off. Travis White, the DH. Last night, he batted second as well. Flied out to right, grounded out to Julian Swift at third, walked and scored their only run, then walked and was stranded at first the other trip. Colson Abel pitched and hit cleanup last night, Texas Tech bound. Had an infield single and was thrown out at home from left field. Fouled out to right field in a spectacular catch by Gunnar Abzek. Struck out swinging and lived on a fielder's choice and was stranded at first. So those are how their first three hitters in this game did last night. 1, 2, 3 today. They were 1, 2, 4 last night. And Brad, that was a great facility last night in Kerrville. A great concrete stadium, nice press box, perfect field. I thought it was artificial turf when I walked up.
Wow.
It was like golf greens.
Nice. Tiger Yard's front yard.
And nestled in some hills there in the hill country. It was just beautiful. Beautiful setting. Blake Burton is our pitcher. Let's look at his numbers for you. 36 innings thrown, 9 appearances, 6 starts, a 4-1 record. No save opportunities or saves. We don't have a lot of saves this year. Most of our win margins are too high for that. Given up 29 hits, 24 runs, 23 earned, 28 walks, 28 strikeouts. Hit 3 guys, an ERA of 4.472, but lately a lot better than that.
That's good. Good time to shine.
His last 4 outings have been tremendous. Here is Cooper Dunnenberg, and of course Blake Burton pitching from the stretch, a safety, starting safety for the Black Rain. So counting 10 now, that's
right.
6 of 10 of the starters, football players. First one misses low and away, blocked by Brett's 1-0. Sorry for the wind noise. I'm even sorry for the fact that we won't be able to keep up with the scoreboard bug today. We just cannot see the screen. We're lucky to get the thing started. There's a nice pitch for called strike 1. Burton was on our post-game show not too long ago after a great performance and a win, and admitted he doesn't have a lot of pitches, but what he throws a lot of strikes with. Oh. That one looked good, but I guess not. 2-1. So we've got a Black Rain safety throwing to a Black Rain outside linebacker here, pitcher and catcher. I've asked a couple of them, does that kind of a successful run in football translate psychologically to baseball? They all said it does. Our cheeseburgers have been delivered. Check, Brad, see if we got the right ones. Our orders are a little bit different. Swung on and driven into right field for an opening hit for Cooper Dunnenberg. No hitters done. Blake doesn't have to worry about that anymore.
Number 14, Travis White, to the plate.
Here's Travis White.
I'll eat anything. Yours.
That looks like yours.
Okay, sounds good.
Loving it, loving it. These are good cheeseburgers. Takes me a while to eat mine because I'm talking so much. White steps in. No outs, 1 aboard at first base. Burton with a nice pitch for called strike 1. Not very demonstrative, this umpire. You have to really check to see if he's making the strike call. The beep, 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 beep you're hearing perhaps is from the sound system. There's some setting it gets on. That's the PA sound system here that starts beeping. They usually figure it out and stop it. Runner going. Bress with the throw down to Cade Hott. Got him. Nice job on both the throw and the sweeping tag by Cade Hott. And there's 1 down. Heard the fans liking that one on the Cedar Park side.
Black Rain reunited.
Yeah. Pitch was a strike, so it's 0-2. Make that 0-3. Standing strikeout. The 8th time in 8 innings. Standing strikeout of a Tivy batter. We've got 7-7 on us, so don't need to brag about that too much. Colson Abel, losing pitcher last night, hasn't lost many this year. Texas Tech likes him. They're going to take him. Playing first today, but in just about every category. Adam Vaughn outdueled him last night. This one gets through way outside, 1-0. You can see Tivy in their traveling grays, Cedar Park in their home whites, and I just heard, I don't know if you heard it, Brad, there's an exotic game ranch behind left field, emus and ostriches. When they make noises, sound like a baby crying, usually means something good is going to happen for Cedar Park.
Let's make noise.
Let's do it. Every once in a while, Cedar Park players will make the same noise from the dugout. 2-0 now to Colson Abel. There's a good one. Catches the inside edge, and he doesn't call it a strike. 3-0. They found the beep, 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 and shut it down. Good. That one high, a 4-pitch walk for Colson Abel. 2 outs, 1 aboard for Walker Grimes. 4-hole hitter, the shortstop. And pardon me for a moment, I'm going to take a bite of my burger.
That's just another opportunity to get an out at either base, second or first.
Just leave these burgers out in the sun in these foil wrappers. They'll stay warm all game long.
They're good.
First pitch misses to Grimes, 1-0. Throw to first, nothing. Still 1-0 to Walker Grimes. I'll talk about score and outs stuff a little more often since we can't update the score bug for you. That one misses low. Well, I thought that was low. He called that a strike. Okay, 1-1. You can barely see him stick a finger out to the right on a strike call. Another throw to first. We usually don't throw that often, and I'm glad for that. Told our audience about this many times this year, Brad, but found a high school baseball statistic in America: 1 out of every 7 throws to a base by a defense gets thrown away. So we've tracked that, and it usually comes true.
I believe
Ground ball short. Ryder tries to get something on it, can't. It's an infield single for Walker Grimes. Pushes Abel to second. There are 2 outs for the 5-hitter, center fielder Cale Lackey. Lackey not much business in center last night. Cedar Park only hit 3 balls out of the infield in a 4-1 win. There was 1 RBI. The other 3 scored just by heads-up base running. That one low and gets through Brett's to the screen, and all the runners move up. Abel goes to third. Grimes goes to second. 1-0 to Lackey. Just get the batter out here. The runs won't matter. The runners won't matter. Brad, what Ethne and Kalen are doing here with that camera is they're filming every pitch for the pitching coaches, and when we're at the bat, they film every swing, every pitch that batters take, all for the coaches. Yeah. Outside for that one, 2-0 to Lackey. Pitcher Eric Tenery is on deck for the Antlers. For many years, we were the only Timberwolves in Texas. Dallas Spruce got built, and they're Timberwolves now too. Tivy is the only Antlers mascot in Texas. Swung and fouled, 2-1. Cedar Park trying to mount some antlers on the wall here today. I hope I put enough sunscreen on my arms. They're going to be lobster red by the end of the day. Swung on, tapped to Julian Swift at third. His play is at first, and he makes it.
Good deal.
5-3 to Louis Alonso. And they are down. They send 5. There are a couple of hits and a walk. A caught stealing, a strikeout looking, and a ground out. Ends the inning, scored 0-0. We're going to go away for a minute and eat our burger, let you listen to the sounds of the ballpark. All right, as you're watching the pitching warm up, talk about Cedar Park at the plate. Second baseman Cade Hott will lead off, followed by right fielder Gunnar Absek, and then shortstop Ryder Hernandez. The rest of them, first baseman Louis Alonso, left fielder Trey Verber, third baseman Julian Swift, center fielder Cannon McDonald, the DH Jackson Harvey, and catcher Josh Bretz. So fill out your card at home. It's Hott, Absek, Hernandez, Alonso, Verver, Swift, McDonald, Harvey, and Bretz leading off. Cade Hott. Cade's numbers this year: 123 plate appearances, 96 official at-bats, 39 hits, 25 singles, takes ball one, 9 doubles, 4 triples, a home run, 19 RBIs, 34 runs scored, been hit 7 times, walked 18 times, struck out 11 times. This one hard at the third baseman off his glove. I'll give that one an infield single. That third baseman just makes a major league play if he can stop it. Cade hitting .406 coming in, a little bit better than that now, on base at .520. Here's Gunnar. Gunner's numbers on the season: 131 plate appearances, 112 official at-bats, 37 hits, 27 of them singles, 9 of them doubles, 1 triple, 16 RBIs, scored 32 runs, one of the team leaders, takes one low ball, 1-0. He's been hit once, walked 14 times, struck out 18 times, into the game hitting .330 on base at .409, Gunnar Absek. Lefty makes it hard for Hott to get much of a lead, and they'll throw over there. They're first. Hott with tremendous speed both out of the backfield and on the base paths. Made an amazing steal of second due to sloppy ball handling by Leander after he bunted himself on in the game Monday night. Swing and a miss by Gunnar. 1-1. I heard Carl Absek's voice over my right shoulder, sitting in the stands watching his son play. Former assistant coach of this program for about 8 years under Connie Cochran. Another throw to first. I don't mind the wind cutting out a little bit for our sound quality and for the play quality, but at least it keeps us a little cooler. A bunt, third base side, a pretty good one by Gunnar. Can't quite beat it out. Cade Hott makes it to second, though. Sacrifice bunt on a 5-3 for Gunnar. Moves Hott to second with 1 out for Ryder Hernandez.
Next to the plate, number 14.
Ryder's numbers: 132 plate appearances, 107 official at-bats, 36 hits, 17 singles, 12 doubles, 5 triples, 2 home runs, 34 RBIs, scored 31 runs, struck out 11 times, walked 14, into the game hitting .336. Ryder Hernandez. Big swing for Ryder this year. Driven a lot of balls a long way. A lot of his outs are outfielders running at the wall making a catch. That one misses, 1-0. See if Ryder can bounce one off of Chris Paddock's number 29 jersey out there. Inside, 2-0.
With this wind, it's going to be tough to push one over the 370 in center field.
Man, yeah, blowing straight in from center, which we don't see very often out here. It's 90% of the time blowing in from left. The other percent of the time is blowing in from the right foul pole to the left foul pole. There's a line drive right up the middle into center. They're sending him home. And he will score. Cade Hott from second. Ryder takes advantage of the throw going home to end up at second with a Superman slide. RBI for Ryder on the single to center.
That's the way to do it.
That's what do you do. 1-0 Timberwolves. And again, sorry we can't see to update the scoreboard for you.
Next up, right, number 19.
Louis Alonso. What a story on Louis Alonso. Youngest guy on the team, a sophomore, started from the word go, playing first base. Played first base magnificently. He hit magnificently. Then he ran into some problems and was missing for a month. First game back was last night. He goes 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI, scores a run, and he walked in his other at-bat, on base every time. So here's Louie in only his 4th at-bat in a month.
That's a pretty comeback party.
Hitting .333 counting last night. That one a little high and or a little outside. 1-0 to Louie. Louie's got 72 at-bats, 24 hits, 10 singles, 11 doubles, 2 homers, and, 1 homer and 2 triples. One of 4 guys to hit for the cycle on the season. Pitch gets away, and not Hot, but Ryder will get to third. 2-0 to Alonso. A 2-0 lead is close by. And Ryder thought about going home when they mishandled that ball around the mound. 16 RBIs this year for Louie. We'll get through his numbers before he's out. Scored 17 runs, been hit 5 times. On base at .417, walked 6 times, struck out 12. Yeah. Here comes the 2-0. Popped up, out of play. Wind will blow it over the Cedar Park dugout, 2-1. Brad, till they built this 50-foot tall fence, it was just a 30-foot or 25-foot tall chain link fence. The foul balls would get pushed over easy, and they would bomb the softball game that was going on over there. Their outfielders, everybody on this side of the field will wear helmets playing defense. Foul ball right side, they're chasing it, won't get to it. Lands in play, but nobody could get to it. And so they started doing the schedule starting year before last, where softball now no longer plays when baseball is at home. So we haven't seen them in years.
A good executive decision.
Well, a lot fewer of them even make it over this taller net to go become mortar shots dropping on the heads of the girls over there. 2-2 our count to Louie Alonso. Trey Verver, left fielder, is on deck, and then third baseman Julian Swift. Tap, foul, third base side, still 2-2 to Louie. Here comes pitch number 6 of the at-bat. Brad got drinks down here to wash that burger down with.
We'll do that in a minute.
I think the blue windshield wiper fluid flavored of Gatorade is the one I've been sucking on, but you got your choice of the other 2.
Either will do. I like how he's working the pitcher here.
Louis is a sharp kid for a sophomore. Another tap foul. Coach makes the fielding play and delivers it back to Tennery. Still 2-2. Here's pitch number 7. Coach was a minor league catcher for several years in the Rangers system, Brad.
Yep.
This one's lifted. Foul territory. First baseman's tracking it, but it's going to land beyond the concession trailer. Still 2-2 to Louie. His first at-bat was a walk, a 10-pitch at-bat walk last night. This is pitch number 8 in this at-bat.
That's great.
Make that pitcher throw.
Absolutely.
Infield in to cut down Ryder at the plate here with just 1 out. On the ground and through, and Ryder will score an RBI single into left for Louie Alonso. Second RBI in 2 days.
Good baseball.
Brad was just asking me in the break, seeing Gunner and Ryder so often in football is number 4. Asking what number he was there. Couldn't quite remember until I'm 4, but the reason he's 14 now, foul, third base side, is Hanging on the wall underneath the scoreboard, a retired jersey of Matt Ariano was number 4, so there's not been a number 4 for Cedar Park baseball for about 10 years because of that. So here's Verver, swung and fouled the first one. Waiting his second pitch from Eric Tenery. We'll go to first instead. Third time for them. If we look at the numbers for Verver, 117 plate appearances, 85 at-bats, 28 hits, 8 singles, 15 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, 28 RBIs, 31 runs scored. Walked 22 times, struck out 26, hitting .329 on base at .475. Ball gets loose and Alonso goes to second.
I like all those doubles.
Yeah, a lot of extra base hits this year for a lot of guys for Cedar Park. A lot of good batting averages too. The lowest batting average we've had so far here at the 5-hole is Trey's .329, and that's a good batting average.
That's a really good batting average.
Comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Big swooping swing by Verver. He's the guy who made a great throw home from left, gunning a guy down at home who's trying to score from second on a single early in the game last night.
Wow.
That set the tone for that. Kept the game 0-0 at the time. 2-0 Cedar Park right now. We're in the bottom of the first. On the ground at the shortstop, runs in front of it. He'll go to third for that play and make the tag. So Louis is out at third for the second out on a 6-5 throw and tag. Verver lives at first on a fielder's choice.
That'll bring the third base.
2 down for Julian Swift, the third baseman. Julian, if you like what you've seen so far, how about 43 at-bats, 19 hits, 16 singles, 3 doubles, scored 14 times, batting .442. That one low.
That's nice to have deep in the lineup.
Yeah. 1-0 to Swift. 2-0 Cedar Park, bottom of the first. Told the guys in the dugout, let's win this first one, guys, because I don't want to get sunburned today. For Tivy, longer drive than some people realize. Took me 15 minutes longer than Mrs. Google told me it would last night, mainly because of traffic between here and the west end of Dripping Springs. Runner on his way, inside with the throw, down in time, and they got him, and that ends the inning. Verver is caught stealing 2-4. Swift will be at the plate. When they come back, we'll be back in a minute, let you listen to the sounds of the ballpark.
Top of the second inning, that'll bring up number 11, Eric Tenery.
Here we go to top 2 now. Eric Tenery, the pitcher. There's 6, 7, 8 due in the order. Tenery starts it off. Trying to respond to Cedar Park's 2 spot in the bottom of the first. Antlers trailing 2-0. Swing and foul back towards the screen. 0-1. Still Blake Burton on the mound. Only started 2 of the 6 hitters he's faced off at 0-1. Something you try to be over 50% on normally. That one outside or high. 1-1. It's hard to tell with umpires sometimes. That one misses outside. 2-1 to Tenery. To the plate from Blake Burton, hits the plate, 3-1. Well, I hope I don't have to tell you right now, Brad, about another nationwide high school stat we saw. We'll see what happens here with this 3-1.
All right.
And unfortunately, we got to talk about it. We found a stat that shows that in high school baseball in America, if the leadoff batter of an inning gets to base for free, like a walk or hit batsman, they score 88% of the time.
Yeah.
This is something we've been tracking for years, and by golly, if it isn't about dead right, it's about what happens. Almost 9 out of 10 times.
Or beat the odds first inning when they threw him out or second, trying to steal.
Well, but he didn't get on for free. He hit
That's
himself
right, he
on.
got hit.
And what's weird is guys who hit themselves on don't score as often if they're the first guy out of it as an inning as guys who get on for free. They only score something like 61% of the time. That is really weird. Don't know why the difference. So here's Bridger Bouchon, the left fielder, with no outs and 1 aboard. Eric Tenery, the pitcher, at first with a leadoff walk, becomes an 88%er. Line foul, right side, 0-1 to Bouchon. Field symmetrical, 320 to the foul poles, the same as Tivy's last night. We didn't have calibrations to the alleys there. Here it's 355, 370 to center, 15 feet shallower than Tivy's, who was 385 last night. Wind blowing in from center then, like it is now. Nobody's going to go to center field and over a 370 or 385 fence with this kind of wind. 1-1 to Bouchon. Strike.
Yep.
1-2. Longest home run I ever saw hit here, Brad, was many years ago in the early 2000s. A pre-district tournament game, Midland Lee was in town. A guy hit one over those trees behind the right field fence. They were just building Anderson Mill Road at the time, and a guy came up with the ball. That one's fouled towards their dugout, still 1-2. Brought the ball back several minutes later to the press box where I was a stadium announcer and said he found it in the grass about 100 feet beyond the scraped ground for Anderson Mill. It probably hit there and then bounced that far. But, oh, my gosh, who's that hit? You know who hit that? Cedric Benson.
Cedric Benson. I'll be
Ben. Rest his soul. 1-2. Back to the mound. Burton looks at second to start the double play with Ryder. And just a little too late to get him at first. But got the lead runner on a 1-6 play at second. Bridger Bouchon lives at first on the fielder's choice. So 1 down, runner at first for Fisher Roberts.
That was real close at first.
Fisher Roberts to the plate.
Cedar Park folks don't like the call, but it looked bang bang to me. Hard to make a case for that either way.
True.
Whether he called him safe, you probably couldn't argue that he was out. If you called him out, you probably can't argue that he's safe. Gonna pick him off that way instead. Third throw over to first. Both teams have now thrown to a base 3 times. Last night, Tivy, living on borrowed time, got away with it. They threw 14 times.
Wow.
Never threw one away. Never seen that before.
They're due.
Yep. And this one is lined up the third base line, but foul. Wind probably helped blow that foul, thank goodness. 0-1 to Roberts. Blake Burton threw 18 pitches in the first inning, 9 strikes, 9 balls. And a walk, gave up 2 hits, had a strikeout. Had a second walk here in this inning. Throw to first. So far, though, and this is kind of how Tivy got away with all these throws last night. So far, none of the moves we've seen have been the A move. They've all been the B move. I kind of know you're there. It's during those A moves that you often, the ball will scoot away. That one goes high. Bretz will throw down to first. Nothing. So there's our 4th throw to a base. And weirdly, Brad, in their last 2 broadcasts, they throw 6 times to the opponents, both times, both games, and on the 7th throw, they throw it away.
Wow.
It is perfectly in time with the stats.
Nice.
Oh, I called strike on that. Looked inside to me. 0-2, or 1-2 rather. Cold Dr. Pepper in our ice chest, as our friend Alan Bobian says, the nectar of the gods. Another throw to first. 5th. We're getting close to living dangerously.
They've all been consistent, though, in the exact same spot where he throws it.
Here comes the 1-2. Fouled into the net. Still 1-2. Brad, look at the smoke coming over those grills. Oh, it got blown away. Big old smoke from those grills cooking hamburgers and hot dogs over there.
I can attest you that smoke does wonders. That was a great burger.
Oh, I'm still working on mine. I got to talk so much. 2-0 Timberwolves. Sorry the scoreboard bug is not accessible to us. We cannot see the screen. We're lucky to have gotten the broadcast started. Another throw down to the base. Nicely blocked by Alonzo. Pitch was a ball, 2-1. That's our 6th throw. So the next one gets thrown away according to the averages. Man, if the sun would stay behind a cloud, I could probably see my screen. Lifted to shallow right. On comes Gunner over towards the line and makes the catch fairly easily. 2 down. Bashong retreats to first. Bottom of the order, 9-hole hitter, right fielder Jack Patterson.
Next up for Kerrville Tivy, number 7, Jack Patterson.
I hear that name like I did last night, and I'm reminded of my youth when I lived in north central Indiana, Brad. There's a commercial for a car dealership in Kokomo, Indiana.
Right.
Jack Patterson Oldsmobile. This one lifted into the air. Ryder pointing to it. It's short. Called off. The wind blew it over to Cade Haught at second. And he dies that way instead. So a P4 rather for Patterson ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left aboard. We're through 1.5. 2-0 Timberwolves. We'll be back in a minute.
Good deal.
Folks, want to remind everybody the concession stand is open over here on the first base line. The hamburgers are on the grill. Make your way on over if you're looking for something to eat.
Hey everybody, Brad Cohn via the T here, along with my football spotter, Brad Bosel, joining us today to see a little bit of high school baseball, see some of the guys he knows so well from football, playing a different sport.
fun to see that athleticism translate.
It really is.
All right, heading to the bottom of the second inning.
Bottom of the second, 6, 7, 8 due in the order for the Timberwolves.
And next up to bat,
Leading off, third baseman Julian Swift.
Julian Swift.
On deck, center fielder Cannon McDonald. You remember Brant McDonald?
Yep,
That's
brother.
his younger brother.
Very good.
Both of them were number 6 in baseball. Both of them play center field. And then D.H. Jackson Harvey, a linebacker for the Black Rain. Julian with a swing and a miss. He had a 1-0 pitch when Verver was caught trying to steal second that ended the first, so he's back up again, now 0-1. Comes into the game hitting .442, but 0-2 now. Lunged a little at that one. That was high and out.
Yeah.
This one's lifted but foul and out of play to the left side. Still 0-2 to Swift. I don't mind doing 2 baseball games on a pretty day, but that means we will have lost this one, so I don't want to today.
Exactly.
High and outside, 1-2 to Julian.
Couldn't fool him again. That's when he swung on the first second strike.
He fought an urge there, just leaning over the plate. Kick and the throw. Swing and a miss, and Julian is down swinging. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Still leading 2-0 for center fielder in the 7-hole, Cannon McDonald.
Next up for Cedar Park, number 6.
Cannon's numbers.
Cannon McDonald.
96 plate appearances, 79 official at-bats, 29 hits, 19 of them singles, 3 doubles, 6 triples, a home run, 20 RBIs, scored 19 times himself, walked 7 times, struck out 16. This one he sends to right, but into the glove of Jack Patterson, 2 down. Jackson Harvey, the DH,
Number 20.
and he is new on the roster. This will be his first varsity at-bat.
All right.
One of the few left-handed
Back
hitters
left side.
in our lineup. Definitely got the football build, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
First one misses. 1-0. Take a swig of my nectar of the gods here.
Good eye.
Well, I'd say that was a good eye, but the ump called that a strike. 1-1. Looked outside to me.
Okay, I was talking about the batter, not the ump.
Fouled it off the nub of the bat. 1-2. Two outs here already in the bottom of the second. This will be only the 10th pitch of the inning. 1-2 to Jackson Harvey. High, 2-2. Bretz is on deck. Hadn't taken off his shin guards yet from the catcher position. Hopefully he has to.
Yes, sir.
He doesn't have to. Called strike 3 on Harvey. The second strikeout of the game and of the inning for Tivy pitching. We'll be back in a minute. Yeah, Freddie Mercury and David Bowie, our guest vocalists here tonight. We're going to go to the top of the third now. Up 2-0 on Kerrville Tivy. They're at the top of their order. With Dannenberg, White, and Abel due up.
The top of the third inning. Cedar Park up 2-0. Brings up the leadoff batter, the second baseman.
Second baseman Cooper Dunnenberg will lead off. 1-for-1, a single through the right side. Caught stealing at second. Low and gets through Brett's 1-0.
No harm.
No harm, nobody on. Hurts your fielding percentage.
Yeah, they will track that. Track everything in baseball.
Most seats full to our right, so much so, look, Brad, people lining the wall
Yep.
down there between the stands and the dugout.
They just want to be closer to the burgers. I don't blame them.
I think so. 2-0 now to Dunnenberg. Back to the box.
Nice.
Blake Burton trots it over to first. Hits Louie with an underhand toss, and there's one down.
That was a really good backhand stab on his body. Went going away from that ball.
Designated hitter number
Good
14,
play.
Travis White.
I would say that Blake is probably our best fielding pitcher as I've watched through the year.
He displayed that on that one.
The DH Travis White struck out looking at an 0-2 pitch the first time up. This went to center. McDonald, I almost said Brant McDonald, but it was Cannon.
Two away. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 17, Colson Abel.
The breeze was making the outfielder do some questionable steps out there after contact.
So a quick inning for them in the bottom of the second. How about the top of the third? 4 pitches and already 2 outs for Blake Burton. Here's first baseman Colson Abel. Walked and was stranded at third. Almost hits it. 1-0. Brad, this year, in both the collegiate games I do with Concordia and the high school games I do at Cedar Park, I must have seen 100 guys get hit by pitches.
A lot of them aren't getting out of the way. I've seen that in some replays. They're just
Far more than any other season I've ever worked. At both levels. That was a called strike one.
I've seen guys, little effort, that they'd rather get hit and get on base than try to get out of the way.
Yeah, they want to
Especially
wear
if they know
one.
it's like a curveball or something, you know, it's not screaming at you at 90.
That one just misses low and away. 2-1 to Colson Abel. Adam Vaughn was our guest on the postgame show last night with a pitching win. I point out to him, you know, he outdueled in almost every statistical category. This guy, Abel, who's going to Texas Tech. There's a strike, 2-2. More strikeouts, fewer walks, gave up fewer hits, fewer runs, and a better strike-to-ball ratio than a guy going to Texas Tech. Pretty good for Adam Vaughn.
Yep.
Swing and a miss. And their side is down 1-2-3. We'll be back in a minute.
That was a good inning.
Looking at pitch counts here as we're about to go back to the action. Our guy Blake
Bottom of
Burton
the third inning.
thrown 44 pitches in 3 innings. Their pitcher's thrown 32 in 2.
Gonna bring up number
So
23,
pretty comparable.
Josh
Yep.
Brett.
Here's Josh Bretts at the bottom of the order, last man of the game to take his first at-bat. Catching again today. Brett's numbers, 76 trips to the plate, 64 official at-bats, 17 hits, 13 singles, and 4 doubles. Has 9 RBIs, scored 5 runs, but they usually run for him since he's the catcher, and you can do that in high school. Swing and strike 1 to Josh. He's been hit 3 times, walked 9 times, struck out 16. Into the game hitting .266, on base at .382. Misses 1-1. That went outside with a fastball. 2-1. Timberwolves up 2-0. Our apologies again. We are unable to see the screens. Either mine in front of me where I could read you some ads. I see that a little better than the production laptop, which is just a little bit this side of black.
Charcoal with blobs.
So we can't update the score bug or play any ads for it. Can't see to do it. On the ground, the shortstop dives. It hits his glove, but he wasn't going to get that one. So a single into left for Josh Bretts. Improves his .266 average. Third hit in 9 hitters for Cedar Park. A team average of .333 in the game. And guess what they're hitting on the season? .338.
Nice.
Right where they should be.
Yep.
Here's Cade Hott at the top of the order. Infield single to the left side and scored our first run. Into the game, hitting .406, so a little better than that now. It might run for Bretts. No, I didn't look up in time to see if they switched, but I think I see Bretts over there.
Over there on first base, number 11, Darian Sue.
Darian Sue, good to see him back as well. Sue was our best hitter and center fielder, probably the best center fielder in the league. But he's also one of the best tennis players in the state. He went a long ways in the state playoff or state postseason for tennis, and has just rejoined the team last night.
Good time to rejoin with that hitting average.
So a little rusty probably in baseball, but I bet he's going to make some pretty quality decisions on the base pass like he did when he was our regular center fielder. Some defensive plays at center that you wouldn't believe, Brad, before Darian went on to play tennis. This one, high and in to Hott, 1-0. Hott's dad's the announcer here, and his mom is the one that sang the national anthem.
Well done, by the way.
Family effort here at the ballpark. Throw to first, nothing doing. For them, that is 7. Oh, I broke in the wrong place. For them, that's 4. We've got 6, rather. Still 1-0 to Hott. Seems like he's been there a while to only see one pitch. Swung on, chopper, fair inside the third baseline. First to third goes Sue as they pick it up in left field, and Hott ends up at second.
Nice.
Double for Hott. He is 2 for 2 and came in hitting .406.
Gunnar Absack.
That was a good hit. Burned the worms all the way down the third baseline.
Yeah, just inside the bag at third and beyond the grasp of a diving Fisher Roberts. Here's Gunnar into the game hitting .330. Had a sacrifice bunt to move a run around, so he's still hitting .330. Gunnar is as savvy a baseball player, Brad, as he is a football player. Oh, that's called a strike. Looked pretty outside. The guy next to me yells, "That was in the other box."
Would have hit a lefty.
Long look in from Eric Tenery. No outs, runners at second and third, and now it'll score at least 1.
That's 2.
Rounding third, sending him home, he'll score 2.
Gunnar to second.
Gunner's going to second and beats the throw. Gunnar Absack, a 2 RBI double to left field. Hott scores from second. Brett's runner, Sue, scores from first. It's 4-0 Cedar Park.
We're wearing out that third baseline.
Yeah. You have to re-chalk that therd baseline. We keep dusting it up. 2 2 consecutive doubles up the third base line for Cedar Park hitters. Boy, I wish we could update that scoreboard for you. Oh, looks like they're going to change pitchers, huh?
Looks like it.
Did you catch a number on that? Hard to see. Oh, almost saw it for a second. There's a little one on front. My old eyes can't read that.
We need him to do a Valenzuela and turn all the way around.
Yeah. Almost. Well, maybe the press box will catch it and announce it for us. Think it's a 4?
Yep.
See if that's any of their current guys. No. So it's somebody new. We don't have their roster anyway. They didn't give us one. Ooh. 4-0 Timberwolves. Had a 4-0 lead at about this point in the game last night. Ended up winning 4-1. A win here would end the series with a 2-0 sweep, propelling them into the area round against either San Antonio Edison or Medina Valley, who are playing their game 2 and maybe 3 today, with Medina Valley leading that series 1-0. Cedar Park with a win today, as we said, be the 400th win in program history, and be their 28th in the season, which would set a new school record for a season.
Number 4, Sam Letts to the mound. And next up to bat, number 14, Ryder Hernandez.
They did just announce the pitcher. It's Sam Letts. Remember, he played last night, I think, as a DH. His welcome to the game will be trying to get Ryder Hernandez out. Good luck with that. Into the game, hitting .336, had an RBI single and scored a run first time up. Foul tip, 0-1 to Ryder. No outs here. Ryder, the 4th batter of the inning. Brett's led off with a single. His runner Sue scored. Haught with a double. He scored. Absek with a 2 RBI double. He's at second. Long look. Several looks at second by Letts. Wow. Just a little too inside. Check that one for nose hairs.
Serious curve on it.
It did. It looked like it was going to go through his ears. Almost hit his nose instead. 1-1 to Ryder. Ryder will wear one. You know, Ryder, the way he plays baseball makes you understand that he was kind of under instructions not to run the ball as a quarterback in football.
Okay, yeah.
He is a very physical baseball player. Gets hit, gets dirty, has collisions. Slides head first. There goes the runner. The throw to third is in time. Does he get the tag down? Yes, he does. So Gunner is down at third on the 2-5 pickoff play. 1 away. Still 2 runs into the inning. 4-0 Cedar Park. Pitch was called a strike. 1-2.
That was pretty aggressive.
Lanny Williams is an aggressive base coach. Cedar Park is running and pushing the limits all the time. 2-hopper to the shortstop by Ryder, over in time. 2 down. For Louis Alonso. First baseman comes to plate. He was hitting 333, a little bit better than that now because he's 1 for 1 with a single to left. And that knocked in a run. He was caught trying to steal third. That happened twice to us today. And once at second. But that's aggressiveness. It actually has paid off far more times than it has not this year. See, look at right there.
Yep.
That sends a run home if we got a guy at third. 1-0 to Alonso. 8-pitch at bat the first time up for Louis. Called strike, 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Trey Verver on deck. Glad you're with us today. Sorry we couldn't keep the scorecard bug updating with outs and score and inning and all that for you. We cannot see the screen. That one misses. 2-1 to Louis Alonso.
Let's go, Dave. Be ready. Here we go.
I want that hat that Carl Absek just walked by with. That's the one I want. Line drive through the third baseman into left. And Alonso is on again. He's been on all 5 times he's been to the plate after his month off.
Another hit will keep you guys on.
Next to plate, number 22, Trey Verver.
4th hit of the inning. 7th hit of the game, but we've only scored 1 run in this inning. We scored 2. Sorry about that. Throw to first. Louis back in time. That's their 5th. And at the plate is Trey Verver, the left fielder. Came into the game hitting .329. Lived as a fielder's choice first time up and was caught stealing second, or trying to. Tap foul. Third base side 0-1 to Trey. I understand a lot of the Verver family watching from around the country, so hello to you all. He had a great throw home from left field last night to gun a guy down at the plate. Comes the 0-1. Nope, they're going to go to first. That's 6. Verver with an open stance, and he closes when the pitch starts to come. A little outside, maybe a little low, 1-1. Cedar Park's got 2 jerseys retired on the fence underneath the scoreboard. We talked about Matt Ariano, one of our best, probably our best third baseman ever. 2 years after he graduated, died in his sleep due to complications from epilepsy. This is thrown away, pretty much on schedule. We'll go first to third on that one. Thank you very much. Good heads up running.
That is good running.
Louis Alonso first to third. And guess which throw over that was to a base for them?
I bet number 7.
That was number 7. I don't know how that so uncannily is right so much of the time.
They say baseball is a game of statistics.
It really is. 1-1 still the count to Trey Verver. 2 outs. Now there's a runner just over there at third. It'd be a shame to leave him. Other retired jersey out there besides Matt Ariano. Number 29, Chris Paddock, currently a starter for the San Diego Padres. In the dirt, nicely blocked by the catcher, Tanner Beck. 2-1 to Verver. Interesting. Their catcher is Beck and ours is Bretz. Beck and Bretz. Sound like a law firm. Julian Swift is on deck. Cannon McDonald after him. Connor McDonald, isn't he a fighter? No.
That's McGregor.
That's McGregor.
That's pass.
And this one gets away. Coming home will be Alonso, the stand-up score. It's 5-0. And the count 3-1 to Verver. Cedar Park, 7-inning game, so it's like we're in the bottom of the 5th already, putting themselves in good position to take this series. But it's baseball, and we've seen everything and anything happen. In my years of broadcasting for Cedar Park, we have lost in the last at-bat when we were up by 5, and we have won when we were down by 5. This one, a tall one into shallow left. On comes the left fielder, can't get it.
Nope.
It just drops in front of him. The wind just kind of killed it for him, but they throw him out at second. So it's a single for Trey Verver, and he's thrown out trying to stretch it into a double on a 7-4 play. But Cedar Park sends 6 to the plate. They get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 2 of them doubles. They score 3 runs and take a 5-0 lead through 3 complete. We'll be right back in a minute.
To the top of the 4th inning, Blake Burke back on the mound. Little known facts, folks. On a win today, the 2001 Cedar Park baseball team will be tied with the 2008 Cedar Park baseball team for the most season wins at 27 games, 27 wins. As we are on a run for 400 program wins, Cedar Park baseball, give it up. Another shout out to two moms in the crowd. Andra Absek, Vanessa Grabi, happy birthday! How about a birthday dance? Next inning, you're up. And that'll bring up number 2, Walker Grimes.
Yeah, I think you're right, Brian. I think a couple of them maybe do. Remember, Julian Swift has an interesting song he gets played, but it's like not all the time. As we go to the top of the 4th now, 4-5-6 due for Kerrville Tivy. This is Walker Grimes, a shortstop. Takes the first one inside for ball 1, and it swings at the second one. Shallow left. Back goes the second baseman. In comes the right fielder. It's Gunnar Absek. Catches it just a few feet into the grass.
Good communication.
Next to the plate, the center fielder, number 19, Cale Lackey.
Here's Cale Lackey, center fielder. Grounded out to Julian Swift at third the first time up. Already one down here in the 4th. As brilliantly as this sun is shining, I am good for a fast rest of the game. If everybody on both teams pop out first pitch, I'd be happy. On the ground to Ryder. Tries to backhand it, can't get it. No time to make the throw. A rare error on Ryder.
Yep.
He's 6, and Lackey lives at first.
Ryder's calling himself on it too.
Yeah. You know, I think what he's getting to get on himself is if he would have gone swifter, he wouldn't have had to backhand it. He could have been in front of it, down in front of him. That's probably saying, he's lazy getting over there. I'm an old middle infielder myself, and that's what I'd be saying to myself right now after that.
If I got a gravy hop, I'd charged it for sure.
Eric Tenery, the pitcher, walked the first time up, caught stealing second, trying to. We've caught them twice stealing a base. They've caught us 3 times. 0-1. One out, Lackey at first. Up 5-0 now. Back to the screen, 0-2.
Good count for the pitcher.
Deandra, one thing, she's QA in our game for us, our broadcast. You don't have to prompt me to update the scoreboard at least this way because I can't see it. Deandra does a good job for me every time she works. This one's low, 1-2. Blocked by Bretts. Another good block by Bretts of a low pitch, 2-2. You know, I was saying earlier in a broadcast, Brad, you don't see guys who play linebacker play catcher very often. But we're seeing it here. But yeah. I realized, well, Brett's actually started out as a safety.
Oh, there you go.
And it's because of depletions in the linebacker core that he moved up a little bit and did well enough there to just stay there. I can see a safety being a catcher. It's his natural position. That one's outside for a full count. First full count of the game.
Yeah, he was working him after he got those 2 quick strikes. He kind of worked him to try to swing at a bad low one.
This one is line but foul. Look at the wind blow that one. That was going to hug the line, and it ends up landing 25 feet foul.
Even the hawk that flew over the field a second ago had an issue keeping level.
Flying sideways. Another full count pitch to Eric Tenery. This one lifted to center field. Wind's blowing it a little bit. Left fielder actually makes the catch. Verver cutting across in left center. 2 down.
That'll bring number 12.
Bridger Bouchon, the left fielder, lived at first on a fielder's choice and was stranded there in the second.
Yeah, Yeah, normally that ball would have been a center fielder ball, but the left fielder coming over really had the better angle on it, the wind taking it.
Called strike. 0-1. Look at that little bender. Didn't quite bend back in enough, I guess. 1-1.
I still like the pitch.
I
Not
do
wasn't a
too.
strike, but a good pitch after that first called strike.
Kids in the ballpark today, always like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring them up with baseball. Here's the pitch. High. 2-1 to Bashong. Fisher Roberts, third baseman, is due up next if Bashong lives. 2 down, runner at first is Cale Lackey. Tivy trailing Cedar Park 5-0 here in the top of the fourth. That one inside 3-1. Cedar Park just needs to win one of 2 games today. Tivy needs to win them both.
I'm with you. Let's take care of this one.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already 5 up. So.
On the ground in the infield, cutting across is Swift, gets it, wheels to first, not in time. A nice defensive play, only play that could be made. It was too far up for Ryder to get it. So an infield single for Bashong. Pushes Lackey to second, still 2 outs for Fisher Roberts.
That ball died in the grass. It was almost a bunt.
Yeah, I thought at first Ryder was going to get that coming up on the run, and you're right, it just died. And Julian Swift ended up being the best choice. And a good 360 twirl on the run to make the throw, just not quite in time.
Throw too.
Yeah, it's a good throw. Roberts flied out to Gunnar Abzek and right the first time up on a 2-2 pitch. Brett keeps it in front of him, but the runners are advancing. Throws to second, but both safe. Lackey is at third now. Bashong is at second. And to me, more importantly than the fact that you move 2 guys into scoring position instead of 1, that means for the last out of the inning, you got to drag a ground ball all the way across the diamond to first to do it instead of go to your nearest bag for an easier out.
Or you can take care of him at the plate.
That was the first hit since the 4th batter of the game for Tivy. They've only got 3. On the ground, Swift, nice diving stop, gets up and throws him out.
Play.
Julian Swift with 2 good defensive plays at third.
That's all-star play right there.
Tivy is down with no damage done. We'll be back in a minute with the bottom of the 4th. Cedar Park at the plate.
5-0 Cedar Park. And a fan favorite here, Love Is Gone.
Julian Swift will bat. Makes 2 great defensive plays in the inning and first person to bat. How many times has baseball made that happen through the years?
It's just a thing. It's just a thing. Look for good things here.
And he's due at the plate. A 442 hitter. Struck out swinging at a 1-2 pitch his only other trip. Inside.
Good eye. Good patience.
1-0. Cannon McDonald will bat next, and then Jackson Harvey. Although we have seen Coach change people in and out of that DH position all through the game to get different guys at bats. So maybe we'll see Harvey, maybe not. I do see Cannon McDonald in the on-deck circle.
Okay.
That one misses 2-0. This one tapped. 2 bouncer to short, fielded by Grimes. Over for the out to Abel, 1 down.
He got a nice hop on that one.
Yeah. It's a hop we infielders love. You played a little third base. You can appreciate Julian Swift's play last game.
Oh, yeah.
McDonald.
Cannon McDonald, the center fielder, into the game hitting .367. Hit it well, but he lined out to right field his only other trip on the first pitch.
This would be a good day to put one down the right field line.
Yeah.
The wind would blow it all the way to the foul fence.
Look at that thing bend back for a
kid.
strike. What a nice pitch. 0-1. That one was high, 1-1. Some of you were looking for last night's game in the archive section of the site this morning. It wasn't there. I'll drop a line to Merle Bertrand, soon of NCAT, to try to get them to make sure to put that up as soon as possible, and this one too. Swing, foul tip, 1-2 to Cannon. Cannon shares a passion for aviation with me. We talk about Microsoft Flight Simulator often. He's got the latest version, which is better even than mine. Wants to make flying a career.
Nice.
Goes to A&M and gets a degree, but he looks at that one for a standing strikeout. Or rather 2 outs now. And that is Jackson Harvey to the plate. Struck out looking at a 2-2 pitch. His first at-bat
Next to the plate.
on varsity. Here's his second.
That last pitch that struck him out needed landing gear for sure.
Not only you
Number
got
26,
to
Jackson
learn to
Harvey.
land in a crosswind, but today Cannon's got to learn to hit in a crosswind. I guess it's a headwind, actually.
It's a headwind.
1-0 to Jackson Harvey.
Lifted.
This one in the infield. First baseman tracking it. Makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for Cedar Park in the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back with the top of the 5th. Tivy to plate in just a minute. Blake's dad made a stop a second ago, inquiring about how many pitches son thrown. It's 59 through 4, which is pretty good.
Yep.
It's about 15 an inning, and that's probably about where you'd like to be. Lesser than that is certainly good. Here are his counts of pitches
Next up to bat,
so far in every inning.
4, Sam Lett.
18, 17, 9, 15.
I'll take more of the Niners.
Yeah. Top of the 5th, bottom of the order with right fielder Jack Patterson. Jack Patterson, Oldsmobile, Kokomo, Indiana. Called strike 1. Nobody beats a Jack Patterson deal.
Well, let's hope he doesn't have a rocket 88 under that.
That one gets through. Brett's 101. good to see so many people in the ballpark. We had a couple of regular season games this year that had crowds about this big, and the attendance is slowly dropping in high school football, but it is rising in baseball. There's a pitch, a little high, 2-1. Love the sound of the big crowds when their team makes the play.
Yep.
It's better if it's our team that's made the play. 5-0 Cedar Park. This one high and out. 3-1 to Patterson, trying to be an 88%er here. Top of the 5th. Again, sorry that the scoreboard bug is not updated. I know it looks like the normally looks in the pregame. We just can't see well enough to keep track of the outs, innings, and score. Swing and a miss.
Yep.
Full count. Nice. Oh, he called one of those a strike, but I thought he called a ball. We'll take that. Guess I should pay closer attention. Top of the order now is second baseman Cooper Dunnenberg. Singled to right the first time up, caught trying to steal second. There's the press box making the exotic bird sound. And he tapped it back to Burton on the mound to ground out the second time. Outside with the fastball, 1-0. That is also the source of an old Cedar Park playoff tradition that people have kind of lost track of because it's not happening right now. I guess I got to push this myself maybe for the next round. The women, Cedar Park women fans, the students who are female, the moms, grandmoms, in the past would get hold of big old peacock feathers and stick them in hats and wear those to the playoff game.
No kidding.
It's really cool to see. There's a line drive that's going to land just foul. Thank you, Wind, on that one.
That's the hit I've been looking for all day. If that was 2 feet
1-1.
further to the south, we would have had a
Jason Malmquist makes an appearance. Who's my color commentator a couple years ago, and then three-time Booster Club president. The Football Booster Club, rather, will, for the first time in 4 years, have a new president next year as Jason steps aside. Got a dad in the baseball program still, an underclassman, so we'll still see him around here. There's a nice pitch for a called strike 2, 2-2. And Brad, what's weird is ours is one of the few scoreboards around that you can see in the broad daylight. The lights are bright enough where we can easily see it. Everywhere else we go on a day game, you can't see it. The lights are just, you just don't see anything out there.
Yeah.
It's like our screen.
It is a nice scoreboard.
That one misses, though, full count, and I hear the ostriches screeching. This should be a strikeout. But it's not.
Oh.
It's not called that way, anyway. So 1-out walk to Dunenberg. He's at first for the 2-hole hitter, DH Travis White. Struck out looking and lined out to Verver in left. I'll take either of those here.
Yep.
1 out and 1 on.
Good time for a double play, too.
Yeah, double play, cool, too. Cedar Park up 5-0. Strike. Just catches the inside edge. You often hear our film girls, Ethne and Kaylin, cheering on the guys. They're sitting right next to our crowd mic, which is under our feet. Outside, 1-1. See, scoreboard's got 8 hits to 2. This one's going towards left. Wind's beating it down, and Verver looked like he had it in his sights. It was just going to come right at him for an easy out, and the wind just beat it down. So kind of a lucky single to left. Third hit of the game. Actually, I have 4 now with that one.
Yeah.
Colton Abel. First baseman today, pitcher last night, walked and was stranded at third and struck out swinging to end the third. Cedar Park, let me look at my sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, and that's what they got. Blake taking his time with the first pitch. Here it is. Shows bunt, fouls in the plate area, 0-1. me see. For Blake, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times in 20 batters. They've started out 0-1. That's good. You want to be over 50% in that category. Outside, 1-1. For their pitcher, not as good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in 17 hitters. Only a third.
That's the 2 pitchers.
And that's one of the ways you get to being down 5-0. And this one gets through Brett's to the screen. Both runners will move up. Dunenberg will go to third. White goes to second. 2-1 to Colson Abel. We should have 2 outs and a runner at first. Well, he would have just gone to second. Instead, 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Need a strikeout here. 2-1. Or a pop up in the infield, maybe. Line drive into left field. A run will score. There goes a shutout as Verver gets it back in. And it's 5-1. Dunenberg scoring from third on the play. White goes to third. Abel gets an RBI. And he's at first. For Walker Grimes, a shortstop, 1 for 2 today. An infield single to the left side, was stranded at second. Then he popped out to right. Depending how deep a pop out to right would be, that could bring home a run with only 1 out.
The guy on first, we also got our double play possibility back. Get out of here.
Brett's lunges and catches that one. It was headed away. 1-0 to Walker Grimes. Getting late though, but the lead is shrinking. Another one that kind of gets away from Burton. 1-0 or 2-0. On the top of the 5th, lead now narrowed to 5-1. What a nice one, right down the tubes, 2-1. I asked some of our guys about so many standing strikeouts for both teams last night, and they said without a doubt part of it was a lot of those pitches weren't strikes for both teams.
Right.
That one in the dirt, 3-1. You know, you can see that as just kind of a biased complaint if there's only one side doing it. When both teams had 8 standing strikeouts, a little fishy. Man, there's a walk to load the bases. They're almost out of this inning a little bit ago. That pushes Abel to second. Grimes is aboard at first. Travis White at third for the 5-hitter. Center fielder Cale Lackey, who grounded out to third his first time up, lived on an E6 and was stranded at third his second trip in the 4th. And Coach Williams out for conversation. We're going to fade away for a minute.
That'll bring up this infielder, number 19, Cale Lackey.
So Blake Burton staying in after the conference. No doubt got folks warming up the bullpen, which we said many times we can't see from here. We need to put a little camera up there. High, 1-0 to Cale Lackey. Tying run is at the plate. In good control of this game till just a few moments ago, and now the tying run's at the plate.
Nice pitch.
Good one. 1-1. Blake Burton toiling away. 59 pitches coming into this inning. This is the 21st this inning, so it'll be pitch number 80, and time is called. It's another reason we don't want to go to a game 3 is that in my experience, most of the time, it's the team that wins game 2 that wins the series, whether it's 2-0 or 2-1. Down 0-1, win game 2, there's just something psychological. You go ahead and win game 3.
The momentum thing.
Don't want to get in that position. 1-2 now to Cale Lackey. The only exception to that was the 2008 season for Cedar Park, when just about every series they won the first, lost the second, won the third. This one, line drive to center, and it's going to drop in, score 1 run. Everybody moves up a base, and it's 5-2. White scoring from third, Abel going to third, Grimes to second. RBI single into center for Cale Lackey.
Next up, number 11, Eric Tennery.
5-2 our score. Again, our apologies that we can't get the scoreboard panel updated for you. Can't see it today. Eric Tennery, the pitcher, walked and was picked off trying to steal second and flied out to left. Just 1 out. This one, a hopper to Gunner at second. Backhands to Ryder.
Oh.
And thrown away. And the run scores, and 2 runs will score, and suddenly it's 5-4. Timberwolves only lead by 1. A 2-run error. Throwing error this time. Abel scores from third, Grimes from second. Lackey is out at second on the 4-6 toss. Tennery lives at first on the fielder's choice. It's a 1-run game for left fielder Bridger Bichon. The go-ahead run is at the plate. Tying run is at first. 5-4 Cedar Park. Disaster of a 5th inning.
Yep.
Excuse me, had a 2-hitter coming into this inning. No, excuse me, a 3-hitter. And they've got 3 hits in this inning.
What's up?
Tipped into the air, foul, left side, out of play. 1-1 the count.
Let's go, Blake.
8th batter of the inning for Tivy. Back to the box. Blake Burton will take it over to first to retire the inning, but like we said, they send 8. There are 1, 2, 3 singles and 4 runs. So the score goes from 5-0, which was comfortable, to 5-4, which is not. We'll be back in a minute. There's something this ballpark is missing, Brad. An organ. That would be pretty cool. You can put them right behind me. Plenty of room.
Do you have any high school stadiums that have organs?
Not very many. Not very many big stadiums have many more. It's all digital.
In the music department that'd be willing to do it.
Yeah. Find an organist. Probably somebody in the music department, right? Same pitcher, Sam Letts, on the mound for Tivy. He's done a good job against Cedar Park in his inning of work so far. Cedar Park at the bottom of the order, Josh Brett.
Let's go, Josh.
Brett's into the game hitting .266, better than that now because he's 1 for 1 with a single. His runner, Darian Sue, scored. After this, top of the order with Haught and Absek. High one. 1-0. Cedar Park had gotten to the starter Tenry pretty well with 8 hits. They're hitless in 3 batters against the new guy. There's a nice one called strike 1. 1-1 to Brett's. I would still take every batter popping out the rest of the game at this point. That's still a win.
Yeah.
Not nearly as satisfying. Be a lot of pop outs.
It still says W.
Yep. There's a called strike that was outside. 1-2. That's Coach Absek yelling that hadn't been one all day. Oh, it makes him swing at that one, see?
Yeah. And that's what those way outside called strikes do. They
Make you swing at bad pitches.
Never would have.
Umpire-induced strikeout there. Top of the order with Cade Haught. The second baseman came into the game hitting .406. 2 for 2. A single and scored and a double and scored. Good time to keep that run going.
Absolutely.
Some young 20-something that won't live long out on Anderson Mill Road.
A little bit of fast and furious action there.
Called strike 1 to Cade. Either that or a low-flying Spitfire. Cade thinks about bunt, pulls the bat back. It was outside, 1-1. Well, I'm getting messages on my phone, which is like the laptop too dark to see. So, Deandra, if that was you messaging me, I'm sorry. I guess these two old eyes are too old to do day games unless we're inside. 2-2 now to Cade Haught. Fans didn't like that call either. Swing and a miss, and Haught is down for the first time today. 5 batters, 3 strikeouts. To Sam Letts, I guess they should have started him.
Gunnar Absek.
Here's Gunnar Absek, right fielder. Into the game hitting .330, a sacrifice bunt. A 2 RBI double, was caught trying to steal third that time. Nice pitch, but he calls it a ball. Let's see, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 guys caught trying to steal. If just one of them had lived and scored maybe and said, I'd feel a lot better with a 2-run lead. High and outside for a called strike. 1-1.
That's kind of amazing.
That was at his pectorals, at least. Over the inside stripe of the left-handed batter's box. But that was a good one. 1-2. Two strikeouts in the inning, working on the third for Letts. And there it is. He'll have to throw down to complete it. He barely does.
Wow.
A little lackadaisical on the throwdown. The Cedar Park's bats have gone dead. 4 strikeouts in the last 6 batters, and their lead is shrunk to 5-1. We'll be right back. lineman who eats quarterbacks for a hobby.
Exactly.
Number 6 inning.
Imposing figure, gridiron or the mound.
Yeah. But we're seeing him today. Tasked with him to quench the bats of Kerrville Tivy. 5-4 our score. Once again, our apologies for not being able to update anything on the scoreboard for you. We'll need to be set up inside or have a night game for that to happen the rest of the season. These broad daylight, midday games, we're lucky to even be on the air. Fisher Roberts at the plate, flied out to right, grounded out to third.
Nice.
Hunter Hewitt strike that one in the low edge of the zone. 2-1 the count. Jack Patterson, the right fielder, is on deck. He's the 9-hitter. Topper back through the middle. Gunner won't have time to get him. Back throws it away, but Bretz is tracking it down. The runner won't advance. Infield single for Roberts.
Oh, they're giving it to him.
Oh, well, that's interesting, since it didn't go out of play. Wonder why they're doing that. Brett's tracked it down and did not go out of play. Oh, that's an improper call and an error on the umpire. You don't get the base just because they overthrow it, especially when you track it down to keep him there. If it went out of play, like over the fence, under the fence, into the dugout, yes, that's when you do that. You don't do that in that situation. Well, one of the books I'm thinking of writing, Brad, is something called Nobody Knows How to Do Their Job Anymore. And there's a little line item in it.
I was wondering about the rule about the batter because the last batter had his feet inside the batter's box toward the plate.
Yeah, they rarely enforce that,
Yeah.
too. Here's Jack Patterson, right fielder, with no outs and a runner at second. The tying run in scoring position. Patterson popped out to second and struck out swinging. Pulls the bat back on a bunt. Probably should have done it. Called strike one.
Nice pitch by Hunter.
Hunter, 6 foot something, long arms, and that ball comes overhand from that top of that mound. It is really coming down at you at the plate. I would find that hard to hit. Shows bunt again, but pulls the bat back. A ball, 1-1. The way we've set it up with Coach is, if this is a win, we'll have him and a player or two on the post-game show. If it's a loss, we're going to leave him to work on the team between games, and we'll have him on after game 2. Shows bunt. Nope, foul in the plate area. Runner goes back, 1-2. Need the out, but not at the expense of putting the tying run at third.
How come the runner went to third?
Why is the runner at third? Yeah, Coach is going to say, wait a minute, when did they change the rules that you could advance on a foul ball? We have seen, Brad, this year so many strange occurrences. Well, Coach went away quickly.
Wow.
How could that have been justified?
I don't know.
I don't get that at all. 2 improper calls by the umpire on this one runner, and he's the tying run. We can't have that. Well, I don't even know what the count is now. Was that not a foul ball?
Maybe not. I don't know.
There is a strike. I guess it wasn't, because I had, after that pitch, 1-2, and there he just rung him up a strike, and he's still there.
It must have been a ball, and they let him advance on a ball.
So I guess it hits Brett's glove and goes straight down. I guess that tipping sound we heard meant nothing.
Yep.
Well, at least we get the standing strike out there.
That was a nice pitch.
Had to throw 4 strikes to Patterson to get him out. Top of the order was second baseman Cooper Dunnenberg.
Number 13, Cooper Dunnenberg.
Singled to right, caught stealing at second, grounded out to Blake Burton on the mound, and then walked and scored their first run. This one in the dirt. Good block by Josh Brett. It's 1-0.
Here we go, Johnny. Level out, baby. Find that gap.
So only one questionable call by the umpire on this runner, not 2. Called strike 1, 1-1. Need an out at the plate. We don't want the ball in play here to tie the game. Oh, thank you, son. Goes away for just a second. Oh, and that's going to tie the game. A single back through the middle. We're tied at 5. We've lost a 5-0 lead. Roberts scores from third, although he should have been on second.
Number 14, Travis White.
And that won't mean anything if this next guy gets a hit as well.
Right.
Would have scored on that one. White struck out looking, lined out to Verver and left, and singled between short and third and scored. Nice pitch by Hunter for a called strike on a curveball. Oh, sun's going to be right back out again. Need more of these big clouds.
Yeah.
This one's driven to right and back over the right fielder's head. They got a shot at taking a lead here. He's just now picking up the ball. Here comes the throw home. The runner's coming home, and he's a dead. Oh, dropped the ball. It was in time, a good throw, a good swoop and tag by Josh to kill him, but the ball came out. And we now trail 6-5. Dunnenberg scoring from first on that one.
Next up for the team, Colton Abel.
And as quiet as the bats have been, we could be seeing a game 3.
Way to go, T1!
Colson Abel, the first baseman, to the plate. He walked and was stranded third, struck out swinging, had an RBI single last inning and scored himself.
Here, Colton, touch your hands, baby. Here we go. Find the gap.
2 runs in, and we now trail 6-5. First time in a long time, about at least a couple weeks, Cedar Park has even trailed, let alone lost a game. And he says he cut at that one.
Yep.
0-1. I agree. Of course, I'm a little partisan. I'll admit it. This is the third guy of theirs to take their 4th at-bat. Most of our hitters, 7 of them, have only batted twice. They're getting a lot more base runners than we are.
Nice pitch.
That was a great pitch. 0-2. Nice job, Hunter Hewitt. We've now evened us up in the hit count with 8. Remember one time we led that stat 8-2.
Right.
Plenty of time left. We've got 2 whole at-bats left, and we've seen this offense
Nice.
really crap runs on people. There's a strikeout, and they're going to need to do it again here.
Yep.
Go long. Level out, baby.
2 down, both of them strikeouts. For the shortstop, Walker Grimes.
Next to the plate, number 2, Walker.
Ignore that blank scoreboard, audience. We can't see to update it. If it got real cloudy, we could. We're in the top of the 6th. There are 2 outs, 6-5 Tivy, and they are at the plate. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Walker Grimes. Grimes with an infield single to the left side and was stranded at second. Popped out to Gunnar Absek in right and walked and scored last inning. 4th guy to bat in both the 5th and 6th innings. Not a good stat. They sent 8 to the plate last time. This is the 6th this time. 14 batters they've sent in the last less than 2 innings. Didn't quite cut at that one, and it was low. 1-1. I'm gonna
Umpire
ask.
checks down.
Yeah, Josh asked him check for sure, but no, I would say he didn't either.
Got this.
1-1.
Trust your hands, baby. Trust your hands. Here we go.
So the improper call about the ball not being dead did end up biting us anyway. That guy would have scored subsequently
believe
on
so,
another
yeah.
play.
He might even on the deep shot up
Could have, yeah.
from second.
It's just frustrating to see umpires get that kind of simple rule stuff wrong. Good block by Josh.
Yep.
Keeps the runner at second. 2-1. Tackles running backs, and today he's having to tackle some pitches.
Mm-hmm.
Williams at 2-1, and it's right down the 2-2. Need it bad. We're at 3-4-5 in the order when we come up. Hernandez, Alonso, Verver, good hitters coming up.
We need those hitters to produce.
We need to bat around. Inside, gets away from him, and the runner will go to third. It's Abel at third. Full count to Grimes. Cannot let him get away. It's a good name for a guy who gets on base for free like he did last time, Walker.
That's true.
Good name for our right fielder throwing people out at home, Gunner. Kicking a throw
That's
right
good.
down the middle for a called strike 3. Wow, Grimes protesting him. That was a great pitch. Well, they send 6 to the plate. All 3 outs are strikeouts. Everybody else got a single. And they scored 2. And now lead 6-5, and it's getting late. Bottom of the 6th coming up in a minute.
Bottom of 6.
All right, we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th. Cedar Park
Number 14.
in a dire situation. As we said before, often if you lose game 2, even having won game 1, you often lose the series. You get put in a psychological position where it's hard to come back and win game 3, having lost game 2. We are at 3-4-5. Ryder Hernandez to lead off the big comeback into the game, hitting .336, swing and a miss there, 0-1 to Ryder. And an RBI single up the middle and scored, and then grounded out to shortstop. I'd like an RBI right here because it would mean a home run. And that one misses. Ryder has 2 on the year, both to left field here. Home runs today are going to be prodigiously hit. Swing and a miss there because of this wind.
Yeah.
Stick a line drive to a gap. Swing and a miss. Gets away from the catcher, and Ryder's going to live at first on the dreaded D3K, the drop third strike.
Well, you need a little more luck. Maybe that's what starts it.
An old boss of mine used to say it a lot. Didn't understand it at the time. I was a young dumb thing, but I know it now. Rather be lucky than good.
For sure.
Louis Alonso, first baseman, into the game hitting .333. He is not only 2 for 2 today, but he is 4 for 4 against Tivy, also with a walk. He's got 2 RBIs and scored a run. He's down there talking to Lanny Williams to figure out the offensive tactics here in this situation. No outs, Ryder at first. He is the tying run. We're in the bottom of the 6th, trailing by a run. I feel for the catcher, Tanner Beck. That one just hit him and went off in a direction that he just wasn't aware of. Could not find it at all.
Exactly where
He probably was too far away for him to go get it and make a throw to first to get somebody as speedy as Ryder anyway. There's a throw to first. They're 8th. It's the first throw to a base since they threw throw number 7 away.
Right.
Another one.
A lot of attention
They
to
are
Ryder.
worried about Ryder.
Here we go, D.
Long long look at home. Shows bunt.
Oh.
Bunts it foul.
Yep.
0-1 to Louis. Going to have Louis for 2 more seasons after this. He's
Nice.
just a sophomore. Good size. Look at Louis there. He's a big kid, too. Going to have some power. This year's got 11 doubles, 2 triples, and a homer. He's only really played a little over half of the season. Another throw to first.
They tried to do that. Where's the potato thing?
Yeah, the old hidden ball trick. Another throw over. Tivy people seem to think that it was a close play.
Yeah.
There's a girl just sat down in front of us with a little boy with her in her lap that when she was walking up, it looks just like my daughter Allison. I thought Allie was here. That ball gets away.
Ryder to second.
Ryder to second. 1-1 to Alonso. Yeah, she comes up. She's got sunglasses. I can't see her eyes. It looks just like Allison wearing sunglasses. I thought, well, Allie's here, but who's that kid? No. One and 1 to Louis Alonso. Allison, her daughters, Brad, only live about 5 blocks away from you to the east, across La Colline.
Good eye.
2-1. No outs. Hernandez at second. Ethne screams in horror because some horrible bug landed on her. Heard that through the mic. The pitch swung on. Tap to third. He can't handle it. Has he got time to get him anyway? Yes, he does.
Ryder holds.
And Ryder has to hold at second. So a good defensive play by Fisher Roberts, their third baseman, to keep it in front of him and make the play anyway. Something that, remember, Brad, when you and I played City League softball, you're in the infield at third and that happens, it's too late.
Right.
You can't have any bobbles at all. There's not enough time. It's only 60 feet, not 90 feet between bases.
Exactly.
Trey Verver, the left fielder. It's actually easier to recover from infield glove mistakes in baseball than it is softball.
And we're kind of deep enough, too, to keep Ryder at second, too. He didn't
Yep.
advance.
Verver, a 329 hitter coming into the game, on with a fielder's choice, caught stealing second. And a single to left, caught stealing second a second time. One out Ryder at second with the tying run. They'll kick him back to the bag. Sam Lett's done a good job. He's only allowed 1 base runner in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 batters, and he actually struck that guy out. That's Ryder. On the ground to third, he'll look Ryder back to second and go across the diamond for the out. 2 down. 2 5-3s since we had Ryder at second.
That was almost identical plays.
This one he just didn't bobble, yeah.
Next up, number 2.
So here's Swift.
Kruger.
Oh, they're lifting Swift in the 6th hole for Cole Kruger.
Get another lefty in there, maybe.
Feeling something, maybe, yeah. Cole Kruger, another football player, a wide receiver. Season before last, he was Ryder's backup at quarterback. He was the place kick holder this year. Outside and low, 1-0 to Kruger.
What a sense of humor, too.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. He's a little early on that one.
Yep.
1-1. 2 outs. Ryder at second with the tying run, and I'm hissing into my microphone for some reason.
Hey, ready, D? One more.
Cannon McDonald on deck if Kruger reaches. Boy, a line drive right over that second base umpire's head would be wonderful.
There's a huge gap out there.
For a left-handed hitter, yeah, the center fielder shaded him as if he's a right-handed hitter. He almost hits him. Cole's reflexes get the better of him. 2-1.
Let's go, Cole.
Let's go back. Here we go.
Foul.
Swing.
2-2 to Kruger. They're now 1 strike away from going into the final inning with a 1-run lead.
Come on, Cole, right here.
Cedar Park led 2-0,
Go back.
then 4-0, 5-0, and now trails 6-5. Bats went quiet on them,
Absolutely.
and the pitching gave out at the same time. Very unfortunate. Cole backs away and calls time. Long wait between pitches with runner on with Letts, and this one misses. Full count now. Cannon McDonald would come to the plate if Kruger reaches. No, Darian Sue would, who's actually the best hitter on the team, even though he hadn't hit in a month.
Oh,
Line foul, right side.
solid hit.
Boy, if that had landed, he'd at least have a double. Could be more. But at least we'd have the go-ahead run in scoring position if that had been fair.
Go, Lance.
Another full count pitch to Cole Kruger.
Let's go infield.
Another foul ball to the first base side. This will be pitch number 8 of the at-bat. He only threw 9 to the other 3 batters in the inning.
Go, Kurt.
Cole, you got it, kid.
Oh, he got him looking. Inside and low on the zone. There's a callable pitch. Cedar Park in a little bit of trouble here. We'll stay here and talk about it. We'll go to the top of the 7th, trailing 6-5. They will be at 5, 6, 7 in the order. Center fielder Cale Lackey. Pitcher, well, he was the pitcher, Eric Tenery. We'll see if he's still batting in that spot. Left fielder Bridger Bashong. Those 3 have 2 hits in 9 trips to the plate. Also got a walk, fielder's choice, on with an E6, another fielder's choice. We've only gotten them out 3 times in 9 trips to the plate. So lots of work for Hunter and the defense for Cedar Park. When we come to bat in the bottom of the 7th, hopefully with no more damage done, we'll be at the bottom of our order. Scheduled are Cannon McDonald, Jackson Harvey, Josh Brett. Now McDonald's a good hitter, but he's hitless today. And we saw Darian Sue waiting on deck in his spot, so it might be Sue. He might lift Jackson Harvey. He's only batted 2 times all year in the 2nd spot in the inning. He might lift Josh Bretz at catcher, although Bretz is 1 for 2. Then we're at the top of the order with some pretty good hitters in Haught, Absek, Hernandez, Alonzo, Verver. Got to get into that top of the order somehow with a runner or 2 at least out of these bottom 3 in the order to have a shot here.
Got to get to that pitcher.
Got to figure out how to get to that pitcher. Only allowed 1 base runner, and that guy struck out.
He's kind of had our number since he came in.
First up, 19, Cale Lackey.
We had 9 base runners in 16 batters prior to him entering the game. Had 1 base runner since in 10 batters, and that guy actually struck out. This pitch is outside, 1-0 to Cale Lackey. This is a no excuses inning. Cedar Park pitching and defense have to produce a shutout in this inning. Tap back to the mound. Hewitt gloves it. Goes over to Alonso for the out, 1 down. Nice job. Third of the way there.
It's a good way to start.
Now let's see if Tannery still bats. He started on the mound. Yeah, he's still going to bat. They may have moved him to a fielding position that we're not aware of. He walked and was caught trying to steal second. Then he flied out to left and is on with a fielder's choice, but stranded at third. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Cedar Park needs to be all focus, all business. And we're also shading a left-handed hitter more in center like he's a righty. Tap foul, 0-2. Bridger Bichong is next. He has reached twice in 3 trips, once on a fielder's choice, once on an infield single. The other time he tapped to the mound, so he has not sent the ball out of the infield. Nice pitch, but a little outside. Good placement because it could have got him to swing at that. Oh, thank you for going behind a cloud.
Yeah.
It's a huge and instant difference. That was high, 2-2.
Come on, Hewitt! Go, Hunter, come on, kid.
There it is. 2 down with the strikeout. Bridger Bichong scheduled. Looks like a 12. That would be him.
Number 12, the left fielder, Bridger Bouchon.
Fielder's choice, infield single. Round out to the pitcher. Been on base twice, never made it past second.
Nice pitch.
0-1. I bet the Allison clone is a part of the Brett's family. Why I say that is that's a ball, 1-1. As I see on the inside elbow of a right arm a tattoo of the state of Nebraska with a red star at Lincoln, and I know they're from that area.
Okay.
The family moved here from there. So high and outside, 2-1. Tap towards first. Alonso gets it. Shuffles to the
Nice.
pitcher in time. Cedar Park
All right.
will come to the plate with a chance to live or die here in round 1.
Need 2.
So let's talk about it again. We're at the bottom of the order. 7, 8, 9. Scheduled are McDonald, Harvey, and Bretts. I can see Coach Lifton, McDonald, and Harvey. Maybe Bretts. We need at least one of them to get aboard. God, all 3 would, of course, be great.
Right.
So that we can get to the top of the order for Haught, Absek, Hernandez, Alonso, Verver. Those guys are hitting 406, 330, 336, 333, 329. And they've been on base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times in 15 trips in this game. We need to get to that part of the order somehow.
Especially since they've seen the pitcher. They've had him faced him, so.
And it's Darian Sue coming out like we suspected to lead off here in the bottom of the 7th. If we look at Sue's numbers, very impressive. 76 or 78 plate appearances, 71 official act, 25 singles, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 14, 23 runs scored, been hit 3 times. Walked only once, only struck out 3 times in 78 plate appearances, batting .451.
Wow.
Highest batting average on the team.
Need him on base for sure.
Boy, a lot of pressure on Darian Sue. And he
That's
bunts
bunt,
it,
ball,
and he's going to make it.
perfect
He is
bunt,
way
beautiful
too
bunt.
fast for anybody to get him. And I wouldn't have even risked the throw. He could throw it away. He could end up at third. So Sue with the bunt single is the tying run. Jackson Harvey is scheduled next, but let's see who they send.
Let's stay hot, Cedar Park, number 20.
20.
Houston
Yeah,
Molinaro.
Houston Molinaro,
Right.
another running back.
Yep.
He was was the DH last night, played well. No outs, tying run at first, winning run at the plate. Sam Letts turns and throws to first. Thank you very much. Keep taking that chance.
Yep.
The lead by Sue, who has a lot of speed. Might be prudent to worry about him, but the lead is not great. He's going to easily be able to get back with that lead. He doesn't need a big lead because he's so fast. The pitch shows bunt.
Oh.
Fouled left side, 0-1 to Molinaro. Crowd really quiet. Both sides know that the game is on the line right here. Tivy playing for their lives. Cedar Park playing for a berth in round 2. Molinaro up the line to talk to Lanny Williams about tactics. Are they going to bunt? Do we want to sacrifice an out or do we want to take a chance with Molinaro getting a hit? Molinaro a .294 hitter on the season, which is not bad. 30% chance of a hit, or maybe a 65% chance of putting the tying run in scoring position with the sacrifice bunt. Maybe I'd go with a bunt too now that I think it through. If he's a 400 hitter, maybe I'd have him swinging.
Third baseman's thinking bunt.
It also depends. The coach knows which guys are good and bad at bunting. Depends on his knowledge of that.
Right.
Starting to show bunt there before that throw to first, so Houston might be a good bunter. Boy, the crowd is quiet. It's been noisy all day. Shows bunt and another throw. Their 14th. They have thrown one away. That was scheduled to be thrown away too. So they're living on borrowed time again. Third baseman well in for the bunt, so be careful of that. Maybe you want to drag it towards first. Pulls a bunt back, and it's a nice curveball for a strike. 0-2. Tivy shuts us out in this inning. There will be a game 3 for the series about 30 minutes after this one ends. If Cedar Park scores 1, we've got extra innings. If we score 2, they win, and the series is over. Swung on and hit towards first. They'll go to second, and he kicked the ball through. He's there.
All right.
They have injured their shortstop to boot. Nice slide there by Darian Sue. So Molinaro lives on the fielder's choice. Sue is at second with the tying run in scoring position. Molinaro is the series winning run at first, and there are no outs. Brett's is due. He's talking with Lanny Williams there on your screen. Got his instructions tactically from Coach.
All right,
Chris Russ is coming out to talk to Tivy.
A little break we needed.
Yeah, break for me to drink some of that nectar of the gods. So, Brad, if Cedar Park fails here, and there is a game 3, I've been drinking at a pace for one game. I don't know if you have too. We're going to have to go get our second drinks if Cedar Park doesn't come through here.
Stand.
Conference with the coach and the umpire and his defense out there around second. I'm not sure what they could be talking. Oh, he's talking about that play. He's thinking maybe he should have been out.
Yeah.
First, I was watching the foot hit the glove. I thought he'd kick the ball out, but he just actually beat it.
Yeah, and it was a good slide. He didn't lift the leg. His foot went right toward the bag. So
here's Brett, a .266 hitter coming into this game. Better than that now. Singleton scored in the third, struck out swinging in the fifth. Need another single.
Time.
And Coach Russ is going to come out and talk to his pitcher. Now, the last trip out, he was talking to the umpire about the previous play. So I get that. Both of these are probably ploys for this bullpen to get going. But you know what? This guy's pitching pretty good.
Yeah.
One bunt single in the last 12 batters is the only thing done to him.
Could be for a shortstop to shake it off, too, because he
Yeah.
was gimpy a little bit after that play.
I stick with this guy if I'm there. Crowd goes to a hush again. Again, if Cedar Park wins, we'll have Coach Williams and a player or two of his choosing on the post-game show, and that'll be it for the day. If they lose, I told him, you just stay there. You got to tend to your team. We're just going to cruise on into Game 2 without a post-game show to Game 1. And for you all who are watching, we're not going to shut down the stream and make you go back to another link and have a separate broadcast. What we're going to do is just turn down the mics, keep on the stream. You can watch the screen as they groom the field for the game coming up, and then we'll come back on in about half an hour and start in on that one. So both Game 2 and 3 will be in one link, about a 5 or 6 hour broadcast, something like that.
They're changing pitchers.
They are changing pitchers. Man, I don't know that I would have done that. I think that guy was being pretty effective.
Me too. Yeah, we didn't quite have a handle on him.
I hope this comes back to bite them. Watching him warm up, a righty, lanky, a lot of kind of arm motion behind his back. That can be kind of distracting to a hitter. Looks to be about 6'1" or 2. Let's see if the announcer, who has a full roster, they didn't give one to me, can give us his name. It's number 3, but oh, that's Fisher Roberts. He's been at third, so they'll have to have a new third baseman.
Yep.
Okay, so I can pin Fisher Roberts in there. Played first base for the Antlers last night. That bunt hit single, we now have out-hit them 9-8, but still down 6-5 in the score. Now we may well get to the top of the order. Of course, Brett's could hit into a double play and get the other guy picked off somehow. We may not still get there, but chances are we're going to get to the top of the order in those heavy hitters. Haught, Absek, Hernandez, Alonso. Here's Josh Brett. Singled and struck out. 266 coming into the game.
It looks like third baseman and pitcher just traded positions.
Okay. In fact, you're right. I think it was Sam Letts who played third for them last night. Oh, I think I would have left him on the mound. We'll see how it works out for them.
Yeah. They felt like they needed to shake it up.
Shows bunt, and man, I thought I heard it hit him, but Brett's would have gone
He would have
first.
reacted.
Yeah.
All the way back, Fish. Here we go.
1-0 to Josh. Darian Sue at second with a tying run. Houston Molinaro at first with a series winning run. Nobody holding him on at all. Look at that lead. First baseman in for the bunt. Fouls it off the catcher's gear. 1-1 for Bretts. I think bunt's a good call here. I'd take an out at first for the tying and winning run both being in scoring position. One down. And the top of the order coming up. I would like our chances if we could run off a sacrifice bunt here.
A lot of moving parts, usually a offensive advantage there.
There you go.
Went after it and missed. 1-2. Now the bunt has to be off with 2 strikes. Ooh, that could be an expensive miss.
Yeah.
The first baseman will move back. We probably won't have quite as good a lead at first either. Josh likely swinging away here at 1-2. He does and misses. 1 down. The runners stay put. Still have an out to work with. Cade Haught to the plate, but will they bunt themselves into a 2-out position? There is no better bunter in District 25-5A than Cade Haught. He doesn't have a lot of sacrifices. He's got a lot of bunt singles. Almost won a game. Had an infield single to the third base side, first time up and scored. A double to left and scored, and then struck out swinging at a 2-2 pitch most recently. Need this one to go through the infield. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was going to go down and away. 0-1 to Cade Hawk. Absek on deck, and that is him, yeah.
Yep.
Misses at the bunt. That doesn't happen very often, but it didn't matter because the runners advanced anyway.
Right.
Sue goes to third, Molinaro to second, counts 0-2 on Hawk, so now he can swing away.
That was kind of free.
Or bunt himself on with a
Right
sneaky
on.
single. He's one guy that I would let him try that with 2 strikes on
And
it.
they'd have to prevent a run, have the squeeze at home.
But he did miss at the last one. So, oh, man. Decisions. 0-2 to Cade Hawk with 1 out. Winning run in scoring position, second with quite a lead. Swing and a miss, and he's down. 2 strikeouts since we had 2 runners on and no outs. Down to our last out of the game. Gunnar Absek, a .330 hitter on the year coming in, a sacrifice bunt. Can't do that now. A 2 RBI double to left. I'll take that again.
Yep.
Last time up, struck out swinging at a 1-2 pitch. Look at the hole in right center,
Yep,
if he can
it's
push it
huge.
that way.
It's huge.
Taps it foul left side, 0-1. They're now 2 strikes away from a game 3. Cedar Park, for most of this game, had good control of it. Going into the 4th, they had a 5-0 lead. That all fell apart. Actually, going into the 5th, they had a 5-0 lead. That outside, 1-1. Yeah, very important for their catcher, Tanner Beck, not to let any go.
That's
Darian Sue has blazing speed at third. Umpire with a long conversation with the catcher for some reason. Wouldn't be asking him about places to eat. He's not from here. 1-1 to Gunnar Absek. Catch a glance at Carl up there. He's videotaping the at-bat for Gunnar. Inside. Oh, but they called it a strike. 8 or 10 inches inside, and they called it a strike. Now they're 1 strike away. Gunnar got to put it in play through the infield. Oh, a lot of pressure on a young kid. But you know, they live for it.
They do.
They practice this moment in their backyards all their lives. Way outside. And a good block by the catcher, Tanner Beck. 2-2. Two the count, 2 outs, down by 1, last at-bat of game 2 for Cedar Park. Here it comes. Swung on, bounder to third. They're going to have to go across the diamond. They don't get him! And the game is tied! Gunnar Absek legs it out. Molinaro starts home.
Wow.
They run him back to third. But Darian Sue ties the game. We have at least got extra innings. Molinaro at third is the winning run.
Gunnar and his wheels really shot down that line.
Wow, infield single Gunnar. Man, he had the Jets going.
I'm telling you.
First and third for Ryder Hernandez. How many times in Cedar Park sports history has this guy come through? Let's see if he can do it again. Into the game, hitting .336, an RBI single and scored. Ground out to short and advanced to first on a drop third strike, but was stranded at second as the tying run last inning. Coming to the plate now with 2 outs, runners at the corners. A hit wins the series. Got to remember to leg it out, though, because if they throw him out at first, we're still tied. Got to get to the base. Don't start celebrating early. And Gunner's got to get the second, too.
Yep.
Ryder Hernandez, first pitch. Swung on, ripped foul, third base side. If that comes down. Well, you know, Ryder is saying that his bat hit the catcher's mitt. Umpires in this situation, though, they're not going to give that. They're never going to give that in this situation. That frustrates Ryder because it's the rule.
Yep.
But it's one of those baseball etiquette things. Umpire never gives you that call in this situation. You're going to go talk about it to Coach Williams, but you're not going to get that call.
The coach is going to say, hey, look, I played ball. Go hit it.
Coach, as a catcher himself, may have benefited from that here and there.
Yeah.
0-1 to Ryder. That would have put the bases loaded for Alonzo. Wouldn't have minded that at all. The pitch from Roberts. It gets away, and the winning run scores.
That's it.
The Timberwolves win 7-6 on a pass ball or wild pitch. Houston Molinaro scores from third. Tivy's season is over, and the Timberwolves dog pile as the Bi-District champs. Let's stay here and talk about this a little bit. Woo! What an outstandingly entertaining game. Cedar Park in total control of this game. Loses that control to go down by a run. Wins it anyway on a walk-off pass ball or wild pitch. That's only about the third time that's happened this year.
In race car vernacular, that is a lead, a pass for the lead coming out of turn 4 on the outside.
It's kind of a shame that the catcher, Beck, had done well all day.
Yeah.
Very few had gotten by him.
Absolutely.
And the most important one of the season, unfortunately, gets by Tanner Beck. Cedar Park gets both the programs' 400th all-time win and their 28th win of the season, going to 28-6, a new school record for most wins in a season. And they will go on to the area round this coming weekend. UIL has Thursday, Friday, and Saturday slots for it. We don't know yet who it's going to be. It's going to be Medina Valley or San Antonio Edison, but we don't know which. Medina Valley won game 1, 11-0. In a little bit, we'll have Coach come up here. We'll have to give him your headset, and we'll probably have a couple of players maybe come on, too, for the post-game show. We're going to let you just listen to the sounds of a happy ballpark for the next couple minutes until Coach gets up here.
Yep.
Final Cedar Park 7, Tivy 6. We'll be back with a little bit more later.
Wow.
Just stick that. Yeah, you can pull it out. Just put that boom down and just stick it right in front of your mouth, almost kissing it. Real close, real close, real close. Bend it in there. All right, post-game show here. Coach is on his way, but first we've got the guy who eats quarterbacks in the fall and eats up batters in the spring, Hunter. Tell us what it was like on the mound out there, coming out and spelling your teammate.
Well, it had been a while since I got an opportunity, and when I was finally, my name was called, I was just hell excited. And it was the sixth inning, we're in a rough spot. We were down by 1. I went out there. I was trying to do my best, throw strikes, just make them put it in play. They ended up getting a few hits out of it, and they ended up scoring 2. But came back out the next inning and just shut them out, which was good for our team. And then they ended up doing the rest for me in the batter's box, which helps a lot. Knowing that we have hitters behind our pitchers, that helps a ton with the confidence.
Yeah, I think you got. I think I've got you with 4 strikeouts there in those 2 innings. So
yes, sir.
Really working it for him. I was saying on the broadcast, how tall are you?
6'4".
6'4". You're taller than I was guessing, Brad. That mound's out there, a couple feet tall. You got a big overhandle. That ball's coming from the moon. If you're a batter, it'd be hard to hit.
Oh yeah, downhill.
Well, nice job, Hunter. First baseman and today pitcher, and on to the second round now.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Coach Williams now will step in and talk about this series win. And Coach, I was talking in the pregame show because of some peculiarities. Our first ever one and done in 2019 in the playoffs with an 0-2 record in that first round that year. And then no playoffs last year. Right. It had been 3 years since we'd won a playoff game and 4 years since we'd won a playoff series. So congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, man. It's all the kids, man. They've gotten a hold of what we asked them to do. They bought into Medita of playing for each other, and I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to be coaching right now. Matt and Coach Rowe and Coach Cockrell, man, we all just get in there and get after them and love on the guys, man. We challenge them. They're high school kids and they have their moments sometimes, but I could not be more prouder to work with a group of guys. Like I told them today, man, they're my life. They're what I do, and that's why I coach, for guys like this. So I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the program. I'm happy that I can be a part of this. It's a special thing. Right now we're living in a moment of the win, but I think, years from now we'll come back and look at this as a special day for Cedar Park baseball. And hopefully we'll continue to add on to what we've done so far.
Yep, 400th program win. It sets a new record for wins in a season. At 28, you guys are just busting records left and right almost every time out.
That's
Talk
awesome.
a little bit about, you mentioned the 2 coaches, Cockrell and Coach Cesar. They're out coaching the JV all the time through the season. In the playoffs, you get that extra help in the dugout. How does that translate in the dugout and managing a game to have that extra help?
More than anything, I think a lot of it goes back to just the day-to-day stuff. They're with us every day. It's not like we don't see them, but now they get to give us input on some guys. Like, for example, we used Jackson Harvey today as a DH, and we have been watching Jackson Harvey do some things on the JV, and that's why you have the young groups playing, because you want to look at guys, and at one point in time they're not ready, and then all of a sudden they become ready, and so it's one of those things as coaches, from Coach Rowe and Coach Cockrell, man, that we're just so proud of just having those guys. They do a phenomenal job with our kids, man. We talk a lot of baseball, Brad, but more important than anything, it's just about just life lessons, man, that our kids are just, that we're just trying to teach them, be on time, say yes sir, say yes ma'am, respect people, and, do things the right way, and then, and all that, we get to do baseball as well, but there's just a lot of life lessons, and those guys bring that to the table with our guys, and man, I'm just happy to work with a group of guys I get a chance to work with, and so they make me better, they make me look good, and I really appreciate that from them.
You're so right about that. All those little things. I was a coach too. I had just daughters, so I coached fast pitch softball and some soccer. But the lessons there is that getting those little things right, no matter how little they seem, you get those little things right, and the winning and the playing well takes care of itself when you do those things right.
And there's little things off the field. Today we had a couple times where we felt like some guys didn't run hard out of the box, honestly, Trey Burby just throwing out second base, and I kind of went to him and just said, hey, I just asked him to be honest with me. Were you running hard out of the box? Because if you were, you probably should have made that. And when we talk about the little things, we talk about, man, little things take care of big things, but we have to make sure that we understand how important the little things are to do them when we don't want to do them. And that's, a lot of athletics and sports in general. You know, I'm sure that Coach Russ is over there talking to his guys about little things.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, same thing. I mean, they're a young team, and they're a good team also. A very good number 4 team, and you know, in their district. But you know, when I heard him coaching over there, it's just I can hear him say, you can't do that now. You can't make this mistake now. You got to make that throw. You got to understand. You know, it's just a game of baseball, and everything kind of transcends over to the other areas. But we challenge them, and I'm proud of the way they respond. They haven't backed down from us, and they've really taken what we asked them to do and taken it to heart and really tried to make best of it.
I am too, and I've got the confidence, especially with your leadership, that one of the lessons today, you're looking at, you know, slowly building good control, 5-0 lead in the 5th inning, and then losing that lead and getting behind 6-5. There's a couple things you could learn from coming back and winning that. One is, we don't need to worry if we're up 5-0 and we lose the lead.
Right.
Well, I'm not sure if I want them to think that.
Exactly.
I want them to think, oh man, we can easily lose a 5-0 lead. Let's keep playing hard.
Right. And that's the thing that we tell them all the time, man. You don't have enough runs in playoff ball. You never have enough runs. And we said it over and over again. You know, I mean, just runs are important. Getting outs are important, especially now. You know, a mistake can cost you. You know, and when you make mistakes, it can be a big time moment. But it's just things like that you see and we see. And it's not like we're not saying it. Sometimes it has to translate to them. To a 15, 16-year-old kid. We have no idea what just happened when they left home. They could be mad at their girlfriend.
Right.
You know, could have got upset with mom or dad. So we're
worried about the trig exam.
Yeah, exactly. So, but all in all, I mean, they're kids, man. And this is what we get into the business for, to mold them and really, I mean, when I say make them young men, we want them to think about, you know, where they want to be 5, 10 years from now. And I'm right. That's never going to change with me. As far as, I mean, winning is fun. This is a byproduct of what we do outside of baseball. But and we want to win. This is what we want to do. But more important than anything, I want these guys to be good young men when the dust settles and it's all said and done.
You know, something I want to compliment you about. It's not going to start out sounding like a compliment, but I'm getting there.
Okay.
We had 4 guys thrown out trying to steal bases today. I actually love that because I love the aggression on the base pass.
Yeah.
We have been successful stealing bases far more often than we've been thrown out.
Right.
And being thrown out just kind of points out that, we're running. Look at the play last night where a pass ball scored 2 runs.
That was crazy.
That is heads-up aggressive base running.
That's the thing that you know, people can look at that and say, Coach, you're running yourself out of the ball game. Well, the thing is, we don't all of a sudden get to the playoffs and stop doing what we do. If you know, we live and die by the sword. And I don't want to lose a ball game doing that, but we try to make calculated decisions on certain things, and if it works out, it works out. Sometimes it doesn't, but I can tell you right now, we've been a lot more successful than we haven't been doing that. So some people like it. It's a different style of baseball. It's what I grew up with, and truth be told, I got this from Dr. Mike Marshall. He was my college coach at Henderson State, and man, we put pressure on people, and it's just amazing. You look at last night's game. Abel did a great job of not allowing us to steal bases. I mean, he held us to bases, and Brad, how easy is it to make plays when you're standing still? I mean, anybody can field a ground ball and throw a guy out when you're standing still, but when our guys are moving on offense and they have to move on defense and think about what's going on, it changes the game. It changes everything. So now you not only do you have to make a play, you have to move, think, and make a play, and it's kind of chaotic sometimes. We talk to our guys about that. You know, it's just. You know, it's just what I believe in. It's the philosophy that I have, and it's something that I like. And the cool part about it, when kids buy into it, this is the result. I think right now we have over 170 stolen bases. And Brad, this is crazy. The most stolen bases I've ever had as a coach through 5 rounds of playoffs is 115. We're at 170 right now, and the guys are just. And we have 4 guys that have over 20 stolen bases. So.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so it's just this is who we are, man. It's what we do,
well,
and so we're not going to change.
I completely agree with the idea you've got about let's make a defense full of a bunch of 16 and 17-year-olds throw the ball around a lot. Because it's a lot easier to me to get a guy to start running as fast as he can and slide and get the bag than it is for 2 guys to make a good catch, make a good throw, make another good catch, and make a good tag. That's a lot harder to do.
Well, Brad, if you come here in the fall on day 1, you're going to laugh at this, but for the first 2 months, all we do is talk about playing catch. You go to the state tournament this year, if we're there, the team that will win the state championship is going to play catch better than the other team. They're going to play defense better than the other team. They're going to play catch well. Teams that can do that can go game of baseball says, and like I tell our guys all the time, we're playing against a game of baseball. We're not playing against Kerrville Top. We're playing against baseball, and baseball says you play catch well, you'll win ball games. If you don't play catch well, you won't win ball games. And that's what we hammer with our guys on the defensive end. So it's simple. It looks complicated sometimes, but really it's not. I mean, it's just you have to know the game, and you just got to do the simple things well.
That's right.
So
that's a great line. I'm going to steal it many times.
Well,
we're not playing against Tivy. We're playing against baseball.
Man.
You're absolutely right. Well, thanks for joining us today, Coach.
Thank you very much, man.
I understand that Medina Valley won Game 1 by 11-0.
One game, I think.
Oh, was it only one? So it would be Medina Valley.
Medina Valley, yeah.
You think that's going to be a home and home, or we'll meet them somewhere? Or what?
I don't know where Medina Valley is.
It's like south of. It's between Kerrville and San Antonio.
It's between Kerrville and San Antonio. Is it?
It's beautiful back in there.
I have no idea, Brad. We want to go series. When we love to go series with our guys with our arms. Obviously, you see how one ball game can turn into something crazy. But you know that's our plan. I haven't talked with anybody. Haven't spoken with anybody. I've been concentrating on Kerrville.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, my grandmother passed away. I got a call this morning that my grandmother passed away. So right now, I got some things going on back in Tyler, Texas that I'm gonna have to deal with. Not deal with in a bad way, but just family stuff that I have to factor into this week as well. So, and I'm going to look at that, and but hopefully the leadership of our team will grab it, and you know, in my absence and going to my grandmother's funeral, I just hope, you know, leadership, either we will or we won't.
Yep.
You know, and that's the thing that I challenged our guys with this morning.
Well, you know, I'm thinking if if the coaches agreed to make a one-game series, Medina Valley, San Antonio, they're just a few miles apart, so it wasn't a travel issue.
Right.
Somebody, maybe both of them, only had one pitcher.
Right. And that's what I feel. Or somebody just agreed to play one since coach will be done. But we're going to look for 2 out of 3 if that's the case, and I think that's the strength of our team, and we'll see how it goes. One last thing I want to say, I just want to tell you, man, that I appreciate how much you do for our athletic department.
Oh, thank you.
And I mean that wholeheartedly, Brad. I've been around the last place I came from. We had a great radio station, but man, you do a phenomenal job.
Well, thanks.
The people are very. When you give us information, I'm like, how do you know that we won this many ball games playing in Adidas shoes? I don't know, but you give us all these facts. So, but more important than anything, man, we're just happy to have you, and I hope that you don't ever think that we take you for granted at all. I know Cedar Park Athletics has been blessed just to have you along with us and doing this with us, and then I look forward every time I see you walk into the stands, knowing that you're going to support
Thank you.
us. And
my pleasure.
I appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Head coach Lanny Williams, the district champion and 28-6 Bi-district champion Cedar Park Timberwolves baseball team on to play. It looks like Medina Valley next week. We'll see when that's going to be and whether it's going to be a 3-game series. The UIL allows Thursday, Friday, and Saturday slots for it, but we have no idea. Like we speculated, they may just have one pitcher and want to just play one game. Oh, one question, Brad, I was going to ask Lanny Williams and forgot about it before he got away. I was going to see if we failed there in that last inning, who he was going to throw in Game 3. On the way out of here, I think I'm going to stop by and ask him back. I'm curious to see who it might be. We expended Vaughn last night. Hunter would be a good choice.
Hunter was on.
And he was on, but, you know, could he come back after a half an hour of sitting and just resume? I don't know. We've gone through Burton. So, you know who it would be? It would be Ben Cooper. Ben Cooper's who he would have thrown.
Yeah.
I guess I don't need to ask that. I forgot about Ben being in there. And what a nice problem having all those pitchers available. Mm-hmm. All right. So, thanks for sitting with me today,
Man,
Brad.
Thanks
It was
for
fun.
having me up here. It was a blast.
All right. Brad Cohn signing off. Cedar Park with a come from behind after falling from ahead. 7-6 win, taking this series 2 games done. We thank all of the folks involved at Vype. Thank our QA, even though I could not respond much to you today, Deandra. Hopefully the next time we can see our dang screen. I'm going to have a fun time trying to hunt it down to even shut the broadcast down. So we'll see you all this weekend. Check your favorite source for identifying when and where the next round will be. Brad Cohn signing off for Vype. We'll see you next time.